Yeah. Yeah. What y'all thought we wasn't coming on? Y'all thought Gangland wasn't about to breathe on y'all? Yeah. Y'all thought we was out for the count, huh? Yeah. But tonight, you already know, man, I got daddy duties and I'm going live at the same time. So I'm about to be cooking while we're doing a broadcast. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we done been on road trips on this motherfucker. We done been in concert with Gucci Mane. You know what I'm saying? We had to hey, this shit is like we real over here, man. It's real over here. You know, it's real over here, man. Y'all hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, slap that notification bell. I'm about to drop this link. So you know, gang can pop up. You know, we do a little different over here. We don't wait till the end of the show. We started off the dribble. Hey, pop out, gangland, pop out, man. Hey, on my mama kids, man, we dropped that link fast. We let our good brothers, good sisters, you know, pop up and pop they shit as they should. You know, we got Chris in the building. You know, we got Ange in the building. You know, come on now. Who else we got in this thing, man? We got Tall Glass. Yes, come on, man. Anonymous Angel. Come on, man. My nigga Oliver out there, good ATL. Come on, man. What y'all on? Glass. What y'all on? We got Carly C. We got Angie in here. What up, though? We got Top Flight. You know what I'm saying? Blood, what's happening? Compton in the building. Bompton, excuse me. Bompton. You know what I'm saying? Bompton in the building. Come on, man. Y'all know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Straight like that. Come on, man. Yeah, pop up here, Ray. Pop up here. We around. What up,
Salute,
though?
salute, salute.
What up, though?
What up,
Hey,
though?
hey.
Yeah,
Some
man.
more of it.
What's
Some more
happening?
of it.
It's
Yeah, we had
Tuesday.
yeah, good Tuesday. Top ramen Tuesday, taco
Two
Tuesday,
dollar
however you want to put it.
Tuesday.
Yeah,
Two
yeah,
dollar
yeah.
Tuesday, tequila and titty Tuesday, however you want to put it. You
Ooh
know.
wee, ooh wee.
Wait a minute now. Hold on.
Run
However
them
you
Come
out
want
on,
to
now.
don't
put
Let me
hold
it.
on.
stop.
Come on.
However you want to put it. It's
Don't hold on.
Tuesday.
Come on.
However they want to put it, it's Tuesday, man. You know. We got to start it
What's
off right.
happening?
We started it off yesterday. What was it? What was that? Memorial. What was that? Labor Day.
Some
We
shit.
started. We started it off Labor Day. We was popping it. Now we gonna pop it today. We want to have a open discussion slash fact check on street justice because it seems as if soon as we get to talking about shit and we get to popping it how we do, then you get the other bloggers that want to come in. You know what I'm saying? But I know for a fact we be pinpointing shit. Like I said, we don't point the finger, we point out the obvious. And that's what the fuck we do over here at Gangland TV. We point out the obvious. And the obvious is that there is some fact to it. But what are the facts? What are the facts? We know what the conspiracies is, but we can still go over those as well. But what are the facts? And why would they use those facts over the non-facts? You see what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about it. We got, you know, we get into all type of stories. Um, I forgot how to pronounce her name. I think it's Sadaria Davis. We gonna get into the Sadaria Davis story. Um, Shit, you already know, nigga. The normal is gangway. I'm about to roll up, and we gonna get into some good music, man. What y'all on?
I'm on chill mode. Come on, man.
Oh yeah, man. You know, hey, the thing is, when you be unbothered by bullshit, you unbothered by ignorance, you unbothered, you know what I'm saying, by motherfuckers who you know they don't mean you no good, life
Yes.
becomes a
Unbothered.
little bit
Unbothered.
easier. It becomes a little bit easier, and you can tell. It'd be like, nigga, like, I ain't gonna lie, like, when if you got a cancer, they do all that type of shit to get it out your body. Some of these motherfuckers be cancer. You gotta get that cancer up out your life. You know what I'm saying? However you gotta do it, you gotta get that cancer up out of there. Some
Right.
motherfuckers don't mean a nigga nothing. Don't mean a nigga nothing. Just there to terrorize. Don't mean a nigga nothing, man. You find yourself building on quicksand. Hopefully you get your ass up out of it before you know what I'm saying? You gotta notice them signs, you know. Know who there for you for real. People know who they're for real because it's the action. It ain't all about what a motherfucker's saying. It's the actions. A motherfucker can tell you when ain't nothing wrong with them all day. They actions say otherwise. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So it's like, man, watch for those who really have your well being. Keep those people around. These cipher out the motherfuckers who don't mean you no good. The longer you keep the motherfuckers around, the longer it's gonna take for you to even bounce back. You keep the motherfucking cancerous motherfuckers around. See what? Damn, I done lost. Damn, Carden got. Damn, man, how the fuck? Damn, how this? These cancerous ass motherfuckers that's around. These cancerous motherfuckers around. Even women. Women got cancerous niggas around. Motherfucker be doing a little. Oh damn, babe. You know I'm hungry. I don't really got no gas to get to you. So what
Yeah.
you wanted to be like? Oh, babe, I'll get you something to eat. What you need, like $20 for gas? We don't need no mother. No. That is a cancer,
What brother is saying is be aware of people. That don't mean you know good, period.
man. That is a
Right.
cancer.
That part.
Righteous. Right.
That is a cancer. Motherfucker say, well, can I have $15 to $20, so I can go out with the guys? Motherfucker, it don't sound like you need a girlfriend. It sounds like you need a motherfucking mother. It
Motherfucker
sounds
need a
like
job, man. Need
you
a
need a
job.
job. You need a job and a mother, nigga, with some allowance, nigga, because you need to take out the
Cause
trash.
nobody
You
be
need to
dating
cut the
nobody without
grass.
no job, man.
You need to cut the grass. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker out here borrowing these women EBT cards. Man,
No.
you niggas got to do better, bro. You niggas got to do better, man. Y'all taking out another woman's kid's mouth. You don't know what her struggle is. So for you niggas to be out here uh asking for women's EBT core, always with their hand out. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey man, grow the fuck up, man. Grow some balls, grow the fuck up, get a job, and take care of your own, man, like everybody else do, man. That should be simple. I stress
Or,
that enough.
or just no, Mac, or just get you a pair of panties so you can be what it is.
That too. Shout out my nigga Oliver, man. Shout out my nigga Oliver, man, for that $20. You
Yeah.
feel me? Come on, man. Shout out my nigga Oliver out there in that good ATL. But yeah, man, we had to pop it the right way this evening. I be having to say, we gonna laugh, we gonna talk shit, but sometimes, we gotta really put a message out there, man. And today's message, I felt like I think the people should know to get these motherfucking cancerous motherfuckers out their life. Get these cancerous people out their life. Uh, Anybody, even if it's your family, get them out your life. You know,
Right.
like I say, man, if it come down to you, look at it. Out of all your friends, who done called you in the last 2 weeks?
Mm.
Out of all your friends, who done hit you and said, "Hey, bro, you smooth? Just tapping in with you,
Nobody.
just tapping in with you." But how many people hit you this weekend to go out? How many people hit you this weekend to go
Ah,
to the club? How many people hit you this what the fuck was that Labor Day? Motherfucker, when the last time we ever celebrated that shit? For all I know, motherfucker was just celebrating that the day off.
shit. Labor Days every time I get paid. Come on.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like, man, come on, man. Hey,
And
motherfucker,
if
hey,
we do, and
if
if
the
we and if we do go somewhere, Mac, why always got to be the life of the party? Why I can't get treated sometimes?
Well.
yeah, it be like some motherfuckers like know they worth. You see what I'm saying? Once you find out your worth, hey, you can go nowhere but up from there. A motherfucker can't
Like
treat
it.
you like anything. Once you know
No.
your worth, a motherfucker can't do you no anyway. Once you know your worth, a motherfucker can't run no bullshit game on you. Once you know your worth, hey, it's quick to tell a motherfucker get the fuck out. We gotta know our worth around this motherfucker too, man. Gotta know our worth. Motherfucker don't know what they worth, then hey,
Facts.
we just let
Facts.
motherfuckers run all over us.
Yeah, but when we do that, Mac, we become the bad guy.
Hey, not only
Fuck
that,
that.
man,
I'll be the bad guy all day long if that's the case.
facts. When you know your worth, You see the bullshit. Some motherfuckers they don't know they worth, so they naive to the bullshit. And if they ain't naive, they let the shit go on because they don't know they worth.
Righteous.
You know, some people they sit there and let a motherfucker call them bitch all goddamn day.
Oh
Uh,
hell no.
motherfucker curse them out all goddamn day. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, like, and I'm supposed to be coming to home? Like, this don't seem like home. Motherfucker dread coming home. You should want to come home to your significant other.
Like,
You should want to
what
come
they
home.
say,
You know what I mean?
what they say, a nigga can smell BS a mile away.
Come on, man. Come on. That shit ain't just flying like that. When motherfucker know they worth, it ain't easy to be like Tom, Dick, and Harry over there who get mistreated. You know, you know your worth. It said, hey, this motherfucker ain't no pushover. This motherfucker ain't yeah. Therefore, I need better.
And
Once
I'm
you
a
know you
thinker.
need better, come on,
And I'm a
come on,
thinker. So once I get to thinking about something, oh, it's
yeah,
over.
I like
that
it.
too. Come on,
I
man,
sit
motherfucker.
24 hours out the whole day and I just think.
I like it.
Come on, man. Prissy said, man, big fact. I woke up to a cash app from my friend who said, hey, just checking on you. Come on, man. Them the real ones.
Oh,
Them the
that's
real ones.
beautiful, man.
Them the real ones. You know, them the real ones. And it's like even with men, as men, you know, y'all can't know your worth. Motherfucker can't treat you like anything when you know your worth, you
Nigga, I
know.
used to nigga, I used to tap in with you every day. I gotta get your news on so we can get back to
For
tapping
real.
in.
Come
Real.
on. Niggas
Thank
be
you,
needing
boo.
them talks. People be needing them talks. Sometimes
On
a motherfucker don't
mamas.
be wanting to talk to motherfuckers, you know what I mean? Motherfuckers want to talk to, hey, that's why this gangland should be so important. You tap in, you know, and really talk to individuals without being judged. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The
Really,
fact is,
really
you don't know where a person has been before they graced your presence, and
facts.
people feel, when you have the ability to be transparent, you know, in an area where you are, it's the no judgment zone. Yeah, they feel a certain kind of way. They feel like they're open to share.
Yeah. I mean, they should feel open to share without that's why now we hey, not all that little group shit like that, that's out. We and you got a group, right? That you know what I'm saying, it's gangland motherfuckers and that motherfucker and it's going swell. You know what I'm saying?
It's going well, going
You
really
know,
well.
you ain't heard no chaos, you ain't heard no man, they over here talking about this and that.
If it
Oh
ain't
man,
it,
they
if it's not iron sharpens iron, it don't go down in the group. It's iron sharpens iron and about making money. No nonsense.
still sharpening steel. Come on, man. Shield sharpening steel, babe. You know, let me drop the link. Shield steel sharpens the steel. And that's what I'm saying, man. Hey, we've been breathing around here pleasantly, you know, other than the minor bullshit. We've been around here pleasantly. But we're gonna get into this content. I just had to pop my shit a little bit, man. I just had to express myself. That's how I was feeling today, man. Like motherfuckers need to know they worth. Motherfuckers need to get these cancerous motherfuckers out their life. You know what I'm saying? And, hey,
Let him land, let him land.
no, I was about to say, go ahead. Mama, what's happening?
What's up? What's up,
Hey,
y'all?
mama.
Oh
What's
man,
up,
you know, we
y'all?
about to roll up, you know, medicinal
I'm
use
already
only.
rolled up. Ready.
Yeah.
Medicinal use only, you know.
Huh?
Got this medicinal use. About to roll
Oh,
this
okay.
motherfucker up, you know.
Okay. I still
Some
got
black.
some of that. I just got some more of that little, you feel me? Powdered donut shit.
Come on, man. I'm over here. I got some more of the runts. And shout out to my nigga out there, man. You know what I'm saying? Put me on with that white gummy. Shout out to my Frisco nigga, you know what I'm saying? Put a nigga on with that white gummy. Some of
Yeah,
that
you see?
exclusive smoke, you
I
know.
told you you
And
gotta
I
get
ain't
some
gonna
of that
lie.
shit.
Weed like marijuana. It is like I use it medicinally. You know, like I shit. My son, mama died. Shit, motherfucker be having straight panic attacks like out of nowhere sometimes, and I'll be having to smoke some weed and shit. Just like I don't know if it was just like at some point in time I just feel like back when that shit first happened, or like if I look at my son or something and he get looking hella like her, motherfucker just be like, man, I need to smoke some weed around this motherfucker. Mamas.
Hmm.
So you
I
know,
don't
this
know
shit,
why
that
your
shit.
post just dropped down. You feel me? I had questions. Damn. Motherfucker
Oh,
can talk
what happened?
before shit. I was gonna ask a question. I was trying to finish off the elaborating on what he said when he said niggas be lying to females because they not interested in them. So I wanted to
Oh,
finish him.
they
You
they
feel
they
me?
they they do. Why? But why is that though?
I'm trying to figure it out. Well, I mean, why do a nigga gotta lie to a female if you're not interested in it? Just leave her the fuck
Yeah,
alone.
yeah. If I ain't interested, I ain't gonna lie. Like
That's
it's
what I'm
certain,
saying. So why waste somebody's time if you're not interested?
it's certain
Because people ain't got the
it's
they
certain
ain't got
length.
the
It's
they
certain
ain't
length
got
that
the bravery to be true to self.
no. This is the thing because I didn't have to talk to you to begin with if I don't really like your ass.
There you go.
Facts. Facts.
If I'm not physically attracted to you, if I'm not, you know what I'm saying, and depending on the caliber of the human being, some people are not worried about the exterior; they worry about the interior. But if I'm not physically, knowing me personally, if I'm not physically, I mean, I'm not even about to play with you or myself. Be sitting around here soft as hell. You get around your chick, you supposed to be on stiffy every time you get a chance. Be sitting around you soft as hell. I got
Mm.
an attitude because you around.
Mm.
Don't even want to, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to go nowhere with you. I got an attitude all the time. Like, I don't even got to
Mm.
deal. I'm not about to deal with you if I don't like you.
Facts.
Speak on
I'm not
that
about to
shit.
deal with you if I don't like you. That's a waste of motherfucking time. You sit back and look, you be like, damn, months done went past, and I don't even like this motherfucker. What the fuck am I doing? Cause a
And
motherfucker get hurt. A
and what
motherfucker
brothers
get hurt.
do, sometimes they'll start an argument. They'll start an
I
argument with
mean, I'm
you just to
just
get rid
saying,
of you.
like, that's wasting, like I said, wasting people's time and shit. You feel me?
Waste of gas.
Like that's hella weak to me. That's hella weak. You feel
It
me?
is
Like
weak.
a motherfucker get hurt playing about their motherfucking feelings. Bring my nigga Oliver up. A motherfucker get
You
hurt playing
feel
about
me?
their feelings. You hear me? Like I ain't gonna lie. Like it's like this here. Like if you don't like me, you can get the fuck on.
Fuck on,
Cause I'm
right?
not
You
playing
feel
by my
me?
motherfucking
Yeah.
feelings, man. I'm not
Well,
playing by my motherfucking feelings. Hey, somebody will get hurt. Okay,
That too. And
somebody
then
will
on
get
top of
hurt.
that, and then it's like they be trying to spare you when they know that they done fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you
You
feel
know?
me? You could have just been real off top. And I feel like when you lie, you take a person's options away. You feel me? They choice.
yeah.
So at the end of the day, if you be real to a motherfucker, then again, that's on them. That's on that person. You feel me?
Yeah, if to all the men in gangland, if I don't waste your time, man. Don't waste your time because at the end of the day, you got to look at it from the woman's perspective. You know what I'm saying? What if it was you? Like, you know what I'm saying? You got some people that really are sensitive. You see what I'm saying? So for a motherfucker to sit there and play with a motherfucker, like you don't know where that can steer someone to a deeper place than where they already, which they came from, which they thought they was brought out of
Facts.
the light. They thought they was
Facts.
brought out of the light. They thought they was brought out of that darkness, but what they did just sent them even deeper into the darkness. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
By playing with them, so you know you can't be playing with them, man. That should have had somebody out here ready to kill your ass.
On
Not only
everything. You
that,
feel
man, there's
me?
karma. There's karma with this shit, man. It's karma.
It's karma like a motherfucker.
Don't
What
ever
Cause
goes
you
forget
gonna
around
about
you
comes
that
gonna
shit.
fuck
around.
around. You gonna fuck around and get somebody that you hella like, you hella want to be with, and they gonna dog you and skate on your ass.
Hmm.
They gonna dog you and skate on you.
Have a nigga
That's
crying.
And that goes for even when you living a double life. You feel me? If you're living a double life, you should be able to tell that other person what's up without fucking lying to them.
Thank you.
With the you know, they
Every
have
time jump in the
polyamorous,
wall.
relationships, you know, for those who don't want to deal with the normal, if you will. You know what I'm saying? You got individuals that swing, that admit they swing, because these are things like, okay, some men get bored hella fast. So, all right, shit,
But
we
if
married.
okay,
Fuck it.
okay,
Let's
if
let's
you
let's
get
be some
bored that
swingers.
fast, then
We're
you
gonna
don't
we're
need to
gonna
be
we're gonna
trying to
swing.
pursue the fucking relationship. If you get bored that fast, then don't pursue a relationship.
Right?
Nah, not even don't pursue the relationship. Don't pursue any person. You know what I'm saying? This is a waste of time. You shouldn't be pursuing no motherfucking body.
Hello?
If that's the case, motherfucker need to work on self
Right?
Exactly.
and
And
tell
then it
self,
ain't
hey,
good. You know what else ain't good? If you have been in one relationship and you ain't closed that chapter and you go open up another relationship or new chapter and you continue to fall back and say shit about your old chapter that you never closed, you feel me? That means somebody need closure.
I
Yep.
would believe, I would
You know
believe,
what I'm
but
saying?
that's kind of selfish.
That is selfish as fuck.
It's
Like,
fucked up.
cause
Because
some
it's
people know
like,
when they're
oh,
not ready.
I don't fuck with her not more, but I'm gonna fuck with you. You feel me? But then behind your back, they still sneaking and talking to the other motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, well, what it's like, well, what the fuck?
Well, what is this? Like, you know what
Please
I'm
explain
saying?
it.
Like,
You feel me? And then when the shit get tough, they ready to run from the problem. And then here you go, open up a whole nother chapter that you never closed because you study running from all the problems that you don't have from that one and that one.
nah,
Yep.
you gotta be completely done. Like, you gotta be completely done because like it's like say like you meet a new motherfucker, right? But you still not done with the last little chapter that you had, and it's like, okay, you done been with this new person for quite some time. Now you're fucking over this new person already you're going backwards. So you're fucking off a new motherfucker that mean you good, mean you all types of good energy, and you double back and go backwards. It's like, bruh, do you see why a motherfucker would be upset?
Mhm.
Why
But
why would
no,
you
they
why would
don't.
you even talk to me and add me in your life when you ain't even finished with the bullshit you was dealing before me?
Mm.
Why
Facts.
add me to that? Why add me to that? Knowing
That's
Speak
you
on it.
wasn't
toxic.
finished.
That's
Speak
toxic.
on it.
This my opinion. I would say everybody don't have the same sense of time.
Nah.
When I say when I say the same sense of time, I mean in the sense of some people, like with the example you just said, like a person been with a new person, but you still thinking about this old person. This is because your time, your ideal of time is different from this new person who you got because some people live day to day, some people live week to week, some people live month to month, some people live by years. They don't it's like a sandwich. I don't care about what's in the middle because what really matters is what on the end, the beginning and the end. How did it start and how this shit gonna end? But in the middle, it's just whatever. So it could be ham, cheese, peanut butter, jelly, whatever. But it ain't what this other person really want. So it falls on both of y'all. Like you can't be trying to fix shit that you ain't got time to be trying to fix when you know you on a different time. I say that to say
Okay.
this. Right now, I can say I am 12,775. And a motherfucker, I'm like, damn, how he gonna sit here and say some shit like that? That's blasphemy. You crazy. No. I'm 1,200, 775 days old on this earth.
Mm.
I don't want to say I'm 35 years old no more because 35 seems short, and it narrows down how much shit I can do with my time. It
Mm.
makes me waste time because I feel like I got time. But when I sit here and say, damn, I'm 12,775 days old. I done had
Mm.
12,775 days to learn new shit every day. I done had
Mm.
12,775 days to love a person the right way. Because I don't care what book you read, every God or every creator done told you that tomorrow is not promised. That's a day.
That's
It's
facts.
not. It don't say a year's not promised. It don't say 100 years ain't promised. It say tomorrow will not be
Hey,
promised, and
Bum.
that's a day.
Yeah, that's how like gang. Like I had a some shit was going on with my son and shit. So he like how kids do and they get a whooping. Man, I want to go with my mama, but I'm telling him like a nigga was fake horse at first. You know what I'm saying? Because a nigga upset because I know how they hang. You see what I'm saying? But it's like once I told him what's going on, it's like now he knows. It's like I'm like realistically, how long is 1,000 days?
Mm.
Realistically, how long is 1,000 days? That's a
Hmm.
1,000 days. A motherfucker ain't called you. 1,000 days. They didn't even care about your birthday. A thousand
Hmm.
days. They didn't care about
Hmm.
your Christmas. A thousand
Hmm.
days. They didn't care if
Hmm.
you was in school. 1,000 days. They didn't care if you ate. I know you love her, but nigga, we gotta be real about this, man.
Right.
You need to be with your pops. You need to be with your pops, nigga. You gonna get further being with your pops. This. I know you love her. But when you narrow it down to just the 1,000 days,
Hmm.
that's a lot of fucking time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's a
Yeah.
lot of time.
See? So when you tell a motherfucker like, yeah, your mama only been gone 3 years. 3 years don't sound like a lot. You like, damn, yeah, missing them but 3 years of birthdays and three Christmases and 3 days. But when you say
Count yeah,
a
count that shit in
thousand
days. A
days,
thousand days.
1,000 days, cause get what? You could die tomorrow. Your mama could die tomorrow. I could die tomorrow. Who gonna have something left for you
You see what
tomorrow?
I'm saying?
Mm.
Not a year from now. Not 2, 3 years from now, not when you 20. I'm talking about who gonna have something for your ass tomorrow. So your ass can
Mm-hmm.
continue to live, go to school, still, be able to have your mindset right. Who gonna have you set tomorrow?
Mm.
And then lied to my little nigga like, oh, I'm gonna come get you. I'm gonna come. Man, we still waiting.
Poor thing.
See, that because she on a different time. Like she thinks she got time. Oh, I got time. I got time. I can make it up. I got time.
He with his daddy. It's all good.
But you don't. Your time is every day.
Yup.
Every day you adding to your past. You ain't creating a
Mm.
better future. Every day, if you're doing the same shit, instead of saying it, just do it. Just pull up.
Gang. Just imagine if niggas knew the day they died, how they move about life. If
Mm-hmm.
niggas knew the
Mm-hmm.
day they died, a nigga would be moving around this motherfucker like a hamster on a wheel or an ant on a motherfucking ground in Las Vegas.
But hey, I bet you a nigga goddamn will commit faster.
I
I
swear to
bet you
God,
mother gonna get mad. But soon I know I'm gonna die on this day, but get what, but let me go on and build my shit now.
now.
Mm.
But when you don't know and you just like I said, you feel like I got time. You once you break the code of time, past, present, future, alternate time, then you'll understand like why this woman acting the way she is, bro. She on a different time than you. She
Hmm.
ain't got time to play. You want to play, or he might want to, what I'm saying, be serious, and you want to play. We ain't got the time, cause like you said, what we doing, we wasting time, bro. In that
Wasting
time,
time.
we ain't accumulated shit. We done wasted shit. We done
Yep.
lost money. We done took a L. We done had to relocate. We done had to
Yep.
move back. We done had to
Come on.
goddamn do
Come
all this
on.
type of shit,
Come
and it was
on.
just a waste of time.
Come
Speaking
on,
speaking
brother.
from the
Come on.
real. Speaking from
You
the
feel
real.
me?
Come on.
Come on with it.
Well, shit, I
Just
just
Come
went through
on,
the
man.
same shit.
Speaking from the real,
But
man.
I'm
Come
just,
on,
Yep.
I
man.
mean, at the end of the day, as a grown motherfuckers, as people be grown as fuck, shouldn't be sitting up here playing with another grown motherfucker's feelings or emotions or none of that shit. That shit childish as fuck.
man, for one, if we was how we was supposed to be, bro, I'ma just say this. Just for one, let's let's hypothetically, let's just take religion out the table. Let's take everything out the table, and I just want to take a story, and I want to just understand something. If a man could build an ark and have two of every animal on this ark, how the hell did he get these animals on this motherfucking ark? And I'm
Yeah.
talking about with these animals not attacking him, killing him, eating each other, because they all are prey and predator. Every animal on this boat could eat every other animal and goddamn this nigga too. How in the
Mm-hmm.
hell was he able to do it?
Mm,
Because if God gave us dominion over this world, that means we are supposed to rule every goddamn thing, every animal, every goddamn anything that's on this earth. So that means that the power that the people had back then, the faith that they had back then, the time that they was in back then, these motherfuckers could tame lions, tigers, bears, zebras, koalas, elephants, whatever the fuck ever, to goddamn do whatever they need to do. Well, if I got to eat your ass, if I'm gonna use your ass for a coat, if I'm gonna use your ass for a blanket, if I'm gonna use your ass, your bones for a weapon, whatever the fuck ever, or we can just live in peace. I can walk down the goddamn jungle and goddamn find a little lion and rub his head. I know this nigga, he know me. But if we so far from, we can't even do that no more. Like nigga, we can't hunt. We can't do none of that shit to where you drop us somewhere in the middle of the motherfucking jungle, we dead. So if we can't even tap into our power there, then how in the hell can we think that we gonna be able to deal with the power of another human being, which is nothing but a vessel with an entity inside it that's more powerful than the body itself?
mm,
Hey, gang, you know that shit be fucking off. That shit be fucking it off for real niggas and real women out here because you would get an individual who been through some shit. They're willing to, open up. They're willing to open up. They're not gonna be selfish and hold the wall up. You know how some of they like to hold the wall up, but they're open to new love. They're open to new relationships. But then when you come and crush that, it's like now they like, well shit, now I see why I keep a wall up. Motherfucker gonna
mm,
sit here and play. Now I see why I keep a wall up.
Your
You know?
wall, your wall is like a metaphor list. So why should you break your wall down, which means I'm breaking my list down unless you check off my list. That's the only way I break my wall down.
right.
I break my wall down if you chisel this motherfucker down over time and through your actions. The way you treat me, the way you talk to me, the way you handle me, the way you handle yourself in goddamn pressure situations, the way that you carry yourself, all this shit is gonna break down my wall to where I don't have to pull it down, to where I don't feel this shit later on because I'll be like, well, damn, I didn't let my guard down. You tore it down. So if you tore it down just to fuck my heart up, you a goddamn evil motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
That's what be fucking it up. Like a motherfucker open themselves up, after being in certain situations. And then like I say, sir, I give people like that the real MVP because they didn't let what the last motherfucker did, even though they was maybe abusive, a fucking liar, didn't really help around the house. You know what I mean? They still say, hey, you know what? I can't really put that on him because that was maybe that was him, and that's why I tell some women like, man, these niggas is dogs. No, the niggas you was fucking with was dogs. All niggas ain't dogs. The niggas you was
Right.
fucking with maybe been dogs. The niggas you was fucking with maybe was not loyal. The niggas you was fucking with maybe was, you know what I'm saying, didn't mean you no good. But that was them. You can't speak for all men. That ain't all men.
I
Same
mean
for
that
women.
it
You
it
can't say
wasn't
that for
even
all women.
it wasn't even them when you made the choice. It was you. You made the choice because unless let's say you a person who you just the same. Now when you the same, this what I mean about this wall, about this list, about your standards. This is what I deserve because I know what I'm gonna give out. If if I'm sitting here and I'm a person who get up, I cook breakfast every day, and after I cook breakfast, I clean up behind myself. I got there and go put the clothes in the laundry. I do that before I go out to work. I come back home. I got there and take the clothes out, put them in the dryer, get dinner set, run my bath water, got there and meditate a little bit, smoke my shit, get in the tub, eat, then got there and get in the bed, and then I add somebody to my routine. I add an individual in my life. I'm gonna continue to do all the same shit that I normally did because this is me. I'm not gonna fall back and relax and be like, I wanted this person gonna put the clothes in the dryer, or I wanted this motherfucker gonna get up and cook breakfast this morning. What I'm gonna do is continue to keep doing me. Now, as I'm doing me, I'm watching you. If you can't catch on, if your mind don't trigger to see, damn, this man get up and do the same shit, da da da. You know what? Let me try to find my way to blend into what he got going on. So in the morning, I might get up and cook breakfast. Now, when you take initiative and start doing shit like that, putting yourself into my cycle, then guess what? Then I'm gonna start breaking this wall down. I'm gonna start checking you off the list because I didn't have to tell you to do nothing because apparently this is you. This is who you is. Because see, a motherfucker who don't know how to do none of that, this is what you're gonna find, and they're gonna just lay off on you, use you for what they can, manipulate the situation as long as they can until you find their ass out and be like, no, but I was just tripping. I was tripping. I didn't even check you off all my goddamn list. I don't care what it is that make you want to jump and say, you know what? You ain't got to go through my list. Fuck that. Because why? We don't have time for that shit.
Bruh, I'm sitting here thinking like, wait a fucking minute. I done went off into the deep end with this shit, and I'm like, Mama talking about brother, because
We
now I'm
talk
putting
about
two and two together.
we
Yeah.
talk about Shanquella.
Nah, I'm talking to Mama. Mama know what I'm talking about.
I'm talking about Shanquella.
You talking about Shanquilla or you talking about brother?
We'll talk about that in the clubhouse. Not
I
on
know what you talking about. I know. Hey, but look, yeah, that nigga gonna have to call me. Cause now I'm sitting there like, hold the fuck on. Now I see what Mama's saying. God damn.
Man, I caught
I'm
on
off this good
soon.
tree, bruh.
Soon mama
I'm
started
off this
talking.
good
Oh,
tree.
that's why I love you. That's why I love you.
Man,
I'm
when
off
mama
this good
look, when mama
tree. I'm
said
like,
when she said niggas can't be out here living double lives.
it just dawned on me just now when I'm sitting there like, talking about brother.
Just saying, man. Stop playing. You know, bro,
Stop playing
time.
with motherfuckers, cause I'm not the one. I'm not the one, two, or the
Yeah,
three.
and see, that was like that came from gang. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, it, it's we
And
gonna
it's like
always from the
every
side of right.
time I pop in, you feel me? I wanna know why. What was the backlash of him saying that? You feel me? Explain it.
Yeah,
Why did you feel like man gotta lie to somebody? You feel me?
yeah, like I said, if I'm not physically like, because whether people know it or not, they say, "Oh man, looks doesn't matter," but it does.
I
Even though
mean,
your
that's what
partner
that's
might
the
not
first
be
thing of
the
attraction.
handsomest, your girl might not be the prettiest, but god damn it, you love them. You see what I'm saying? Would you like them to be more pretty? Would you like them to be more handsome? Sure. But if they love the motherfucking air you breathe, want to drink your dirty motherfucking bath water, they worship the everything you do, then
That's
my
a problem.
goddamn it, nigga,
That's a
fuck
problem.
with them.
That's a
Nah,
problem.
that's a problem.
That's a problem because
That a man
man or woman,
is addicted to
man
his
or woman,
partner like
yes,
that.
yes,
It could
that's a
go both
problem.
ways. It
If
could
you
go
ain't
That's a
both
addicted to
problem.
ways.
me, I don't want you. You ain't
That's a
addicted to
problem.
me, I don't want you.
Right, because if
You
you
ain't
If
got
they
all
ain't
flirting
this
with me, I don't
time,
addicted,
want you.
if you got all this time to worship me, kiss the ground I walk on, drink my bad water, when the
it
time your ass
shouldn't be. It
working,
shouldn't be nobody else. You
when
feel
you,
me?
but
It
fuck,
shouldn't even. It should no bitch make you feel no. You feel me? If it's
Yeah,
just done and over, you feel me? It should be about me and me only.
man, if
Like,
you don't have a me, you don't even just because I'm married don't mean it don't work in relationship because relationship is practiced before marriage, bruh,
exactly. I
bruh.
was married too.
If
You feel
you
me?
if you don't have an agreement, because that's what this shit is. With these relationships, instead of just I don't give a okay. I was young once too. I was foolish, but not to the point to where now I'm like, bro, I never go back to thinking that way again because
look,
I know better, bro.
your
Like,
wife just gave you a son, right?
right,
Right, bruh?
right,
She just gave you a son, right?
right. I can't,
You already loved her anyway, but the love you got for her giving you that son, like you gotta say like, man, it's like my love for her just went. Yeah, I mean, it went up here with it.
man.
I, you gotta say, but I'm saying that to say this, nigga, nigga, you worship the ground that lady walk on. She gave you your son and your beautiful kids.
I'm,
You ain't
Exactly.
nigga.
I'm not saying it in the
But
sense
you
of
can't
like,
really say that either
But
I'm
because
that's
not
not
that
saying
became
you.
a.
That's not saying you crazy obsessed. I'm
not.
just saying like, far as nigga,
We gonna respect.
niggas
We gonna
mastered the.
respect one
I can
another.
look at this woman and I could be as a man. I'm a man, but at the same time, I
Mm.
love this woman so much to where I know I'm not about to touch no woman. I'm not about to do nothing. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, but that got to, like I said, that still got to come down to the what do we both want? If we both want to have some, if we both want to leave out, because even if we got like if you got kids and I got kids, like let's say we had separate kids, if she just didn't have all my kids, we got to leave some for them, right? Well, I know I want to leave some for mine. Do you want
Yeah,
to leave some for yours? Cause some people be like, hell no, they gonna have to get on their own the same way I did.
yeah.
But if that's your view, then get what? Off the muscle, this is gonna be an issue. We can't even, we can't even. I don't care how good the sex is. I don't care that you do worship how I am, and this. It's all about what we want together. Because if we don't want nothing together, we ain't gonna be doing that. But wasting each other time. The whole time I was here worshiping your feet, drinking your bath water and shit. But we
But
didn't want shit. We
you
wasted
got to
each other
think, gang.
time.
How the fuck is
It
you
sounds
worshiping
like
a
what you
motherfucker who ain't helping you? That's
is
an
it
idiot.
but
I ain't about to.
it sounds like what Oliver is saying, as well as what we're talking about is different in a marriage. What we're talking about is oneness. Now, I think what happens
Unity.
is
Yep,
that
unity.
you don't just become one, but you gradually walk into being one. So that means
Yes.
I'm committed to you and you are committed to me. And I think what happens is that even now in today's dispensation, the first problem is that people don't know how to break up.
Mm.
Hmm.
They don't know how
Yeah.
to break up. And a simple breakup means we just disagree. We don't you can have two good people that just
No,
aren't
don't
good
say
for each
people. I
other.
know how to break up real fast.
No,
I
no,
breaks
no,
up
no, no,
real
no,
They
fast.
no, no, no,
they be
no, no,
used
no.
to a
Hear what
motherfucker.
I'm saying. Hear what I'm saying, sis. People don't know how to break up because most of the time when people break up, in most cases, if you do, the math and converse with people, it's always either because of a misbehaving man or misbehaving woman, and everybody is mad at each other. But what happens to just simply having a conversation? Now, they don't always, I'm not saying that things have to always be hunky dory, but at the same time, people don't know how to break up, and people don't know how to be honest,
Right.
and people don't know how to be
Nah,
honest,
nah,
Cause
and people don't know
can
how to
you
be
have,
honest.
bro? Can you look at somebody like, okay, like you, if you my partner, and you say, hey man, like let's say me and my wife, we divorced or whatever, and then I get this new chick. You done been around me, you done been around, you know how my wife is and shit. You know the type of woman and the shit that I'm on and what I'm trying to do. You know I ain't trying to go back to the bullshit. But this female who I introduced you to, she ain't on her shit like that. She just I mean, she bad as a motherfucker and shit, but she ain't, her mindset ain't where mine
Being
is, and you
strider.
know this, and you like,
Being
would you
strider.
go? Is you gonna see him like, bruh, that is not the chick for you, or is you just gonna be like, but I'm happy for my man, he done moved on, goddamn, he moving on up,
nigga,
but
I'ma
get what
say
he
It
doing?
something.
depends. It
I'ma
depends.
I'ma
You
say
say
know, I
something.
think
something.
it depends on the
It
person. I think
depends
it
because
depends
if
on
you
the
say
person.
something like that to a man, to a certain I mean to whoever, they might take it the
My
Sometimes
wrong.
point
people take.
exactly.
So
Sometimes people
in
take it
some
the wrong
situations,
way,
you gotta
and
have to
there are
be
sometimes
quiet.
where people. Sometimes people take it the wrong way, and there are sometimes where people just can't. You can't be nothing but fun for me because you ain't where I am. You're not where mentally. You're just not there. So I
Yeah.
can't
But
go no further.
but
I
that's
can't
still
go no
playing with
further.
them. That's still
No,
playing with them.
no, it's
You
not.
feel me?
Not when you
Yes, it
no,
is.
no,
It's
it's
still
not.
playing. Cause if
No,
you telling
listen.
somebody,
I don't listen. When people most of the time when people disagree, even for women, if you most of the time, if you just be honest with the person, you don't know what a person is willing to accept and not accept. So if I know that you just about bullshit, then guess what? You can't be nothing but fun for me. And I gotta be honest and spit game and tell you, guess what? You can't be nothing but fun for me because you're not where I want to go. You might be
Mhm.
good in some other areas, but at the end of the day, guess what? I can't take you serious. So
Right.
it can't be just playing. It can't be just playing with somebody's heart. Most of the time, people just don't know how to be honest with the person. You tell that
that's what
person
I'm
that
saying. If you
People
being
be
honest,
used to a
even though you
motherfucker.
telling them that, they still
That's the
gonna have in
thing.
their own mind that they're, like, yeah, I don't even know. I'm
that's
I
finna
the
wait
mean,
that's
till
the
you
I
know
think at
what,
times that's the
you have to you
misconception that people have, even in women. And this is just truth talk. You don't know most of the time, you don't know what a person is willing to accept and not accept if you don't be honest with them. And most of the time, with
that's
most
true.
women,
That's true.
it's
That's
true
why I say
talk.
they taking somebody trust
Most of
away.
the time, as women, we do what? We accept that shit. We
yep.
accept that shit because we still deal with the nigga.
Right.
Period, point
Right.
blank.
Right. Cause get
But if
what?
I'm just telling the nigga, guess what? And now this is back in the day. If I'm just telling you, period, point blank, oh, I can't take you serious. You can't be nothing but fun for me. That's what it is. You can't be nothing but fun for me.
See why this. So okay, so women say they want men to be honest and stuff, right? So if a man up front, and now who fault is this? A man up front tells you, look, I'm fucked up, you know what I'm saying? I got down, I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I done fucked up a lot of money and shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm down on my dick. I'm trying to come back up, whoop, 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 whatever, yada, 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 yada. All right. It's your decision to still fuck with this nigga because get what? If that's the shit that you don't need right now, I ain't got time to try to rebuild a nigga and shit or rebuild a
A
female and
bi-
shit, then get what?
Build a bear, build a
I
nigga.
can't deal with
Right.
this shit. What I
Exactly.
need to be listening for
Nah, yeah.
is what I need to be
I
listening
got
for.
it. I mean, I'm doing it already there. I
I'm
mean,
just
that's where I'm at. You feel me?
but I'm just saying you see this out the gate because you can actually, if the conversation ain't hearing what I'm hearing out the gate, then get what? I don't even need to entertain it. What
You
I
can
need to
right
be
But
hearing,
exactly.
again, I'm saying, how would you know that if you was robbed already? If a motherfucker came in lying. He said,
There's
I
"I'm
mean,
you was
sometimes,
cause
but
robbed.
guess what?
You
Sometimes, you
was
know
you was
what?
robbed."
Sometimes I'll be honest, as women, a lot of times, and this is what I tell the population that I deal with, which is a bunch of men. You got to get to know a person. You gotta discern if they lying, and sometimes you gotta get to check them out. You just can't go off of the bullshit that they telling you. And if that first notch is some ain't right, or you got the behavior of a misbehaving man, you better go with
mm-hmm.
that first man.
Right,
That's for a man,
Facts.
and that is for a woman. If we know, because God has given us that tuition to where we know when a nigga full of shit.
Yes, we do.
man. All you
We
gotta
know
do
when
is
a
Hell
set
nigga,
a
yeah.
you
trap.
maybe
I
we
just
just
That's the
said
missed the
that.
opposite side.
signs.
I
Maybe
Just
just
we
set a
said
just
that.
missed
trap.
the
A
signs. But
motherfucker
we
know what
know when a
real
nigga
is.
is full of bullshit.
Oh,
All you do
mamas.
is put that bill on the table. You
Period,
put
point blank.
put that bill on the table.
On the
If he
real.
pick if he pick it up and pay that motherfucker, you know what you got. If he leave that motherfucker on the table and go grab a bowl of cereal, you
Then
know
that's
what
what
you
you
got.
exactly.
Yep.
Next,
Or
you
ask that nigga
cannot
for
be
some money.
nothing but fun for me. And that means you're strong in your back. Other than that, I can't fuck with you. I
Go ask a
cannot
nigga
fuck
for some
with you.
money. Hey, all the ladies in gangland.
I mean,
If y'all got a nigga out there
that's just
asking for
real
some money,
talk.
watch that nigga get ghost. Ask him for some chicken. Hey, baby needs some Pampers, a couple gallons of milk. I need some gas
Ew.
to get to work.
But at the end of the
You
day,
got me?
But at the end of the day, I shouldn't even ask you that because you should assess the need and know it.
Factual.
I wish
Hello.
I would. I wish I would.
That's
One
the
time,
perfect.
one time, shame on me. The second time, shame. The first time, shame on you. The second time, shame on me.
Right, right.
On the
Cause
mind. It's
them,
the gesture. It's the gesture. Like, man, I see where your head at. We on to something. Like, motherfucker, a motherfucker know what's going on and still be like, God damn, bro, like, you see what a bitch got going on, and like that's weird, my nigga. Like,
hey
you gotta get them
man,
gone. But some women be already too into the relationship. Like, I don't know how they didn't miss the signs, but they be so far into the relationship, it's like now they ain't even in love. They just used to the nigga, and they just dealing with the bullshit. Why?
Let me,
Because once again,
look, look,
not
look.
knowing they worth.
get what we gonna talk in clubhouse, but I guarantee you, however a man presents himself to a woman, bro, it's up
Yeah,
to her to decide to still deal with him. And I'm talking
facts.
about from the nigga who ain't got no money to the nigga who got a little money to the nigga who's somebody, so my
Who got
mama
money?
stand with me. Like all you got to do is test shit. You don't just go
Oh,
with
I like
shit.
your T-shirt, Mac. That's so cute.
Yeah, you gotta
Good
test you
T-shirt.
gotta test them, and you gotta observe,
Hell
and
yeah,
I listen, the
play
population
broke,
of men that I deal with, I tell them this exact same thing, and they just be looking at
play
me
broke.
like, well, you spitting truth. Yeah, you gotta size them up. You gotta figure out, you gotta look at them how they deal with their mothers, how they deal with their sisters, how they pay their bills. You gotta figure out if they lying or not. No, it's unfortunate that you have to do that because you want to be able to just take a person for their word about stuff. But
No,
when
you
you
just gotta
present
observe.
with misbehaving behavior, then that means I gotta second guess what you're doing. And most of the times we see the signs, we just ignore them.
Yep. You know if you got a
Facts.
slacker or not. If that
And
motherfucker don't come in from day one picking up the in the slack, like, hey man, I got this, I got that. All right, then okay, I see you're a provider. Bam, that's one check. All right. Two, do we, you know what I'm saying? Do you got them handling your business, nigga? Do your phone be going off all kind of night? Do you got different people calling you and shit?
there you
Like,
go.
I'm watching all this shit,
Misbehave.
bro.
Hey, but
You
look,
are a
hold on, peep this
misbehaving
gang,
man.
peep this gang. This nigga Oliver is from Atlanta, so nigga, you know how a nigga can be living a double life. Nigga had a house over here, house over there, car over here, car over there, get her
Stop
Oh
nails
playing.
done,
shit.
get her hair done, and nigga be living that life for hella years till he get caught up. And he got enough money to play like that. Stop playing, nigga. Oliver, you know, nigga. Niggas will be in Atlanta, nigga be over here, nigga living two separate lives,
Oh
but he
my
got the
god.
money to play like that. So he over here until this nigga get caught up somehow. Then that's when motherfucker be like, he be like, well, shit, hey, who gonna get with the moving or get moved on? Cause
I ain't gonna cap to you though, bro. Like, but that
But
when you come,
most,
that
but if
when
you think about, but even in that scenario, if you think about it, let you go back through the course of time in history, men have been doing that for centuries. They have a whole nother family on a whole other side of
whole
town,
nother family.
a whole nother family,
Yeah,
and
that's
and
why they
guess
say
what?
daddy been a
And
rolling stone.
both families be taken care of, and
Hmm.
both families know they role and know they place.
yep. But the one that
I'm gonna
don't
say
know,
this.
all you gotta do is see the nigga employment, bro. You got to just see it's certain shit that you gon' if this nigga got two families and money and out for one, you like, damn, what you do for a living? Oh, I drive trucks. Okay. Let me goddamn okay.
Hey,
I'm gonna
that
I'm
nigga,
Okay.
gonna say this.
he gonna use that 100,000 to have two families. God
You
damn.
got a
let
whole
me let me
you
let
got
me
quite a
slide in
few
real quick.
families.
Let me slide in real quick. I'm a type of person. I'm like real. If a motherfucker look at me one day and say, you know what, I don't want to be with you no more. I'm
Bye.
like, okay. Uh, I may ask, was there something that I did? You know, what was it? If you can't answer it, I understand. If you choose to answer it, I understand. But I'm like, you know what? Sayonara, Poppy. You know, I know I'm not no ugly motherfucker inside nor out. So, maybe next man wins, right? So I'm like, I prefer that a motherfucker say, you know what, I don't want to be with you no more, man. And I'll be like, oh, okay, any last words? What the
Yeah, I
fuck?
need to know why. I need to know why.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would love to know why, but sometimes a motherfucker won't tell you.
I don't want to hear
So
no
I've been
just.
there.
I
I
just don't want
did
to
this.
be with
I
you no
dealt with
more.
this.
If you
I've
just
dealt
keep
with
saying
this.
I don't want to be with you no more, then you got another nigga or some shit. I don't want to hear that shit. You
Yeah.
could just keep
Well,
saying
look,
I just
look,
don't want to
look.
be with you no more. Nah, you got
Listen,
another nigga
listen,
somewhere.
listen.
But
Me
at this
personally,
point,
though,
it's like at this point, even if a motherfucker say that, you feel me? That's respectful. You can't do nothing but respect that shit and
you
move the
gotta
Yep.
fuck
respect
on.
it.
You know what
What?
I'm
Yeah,
saying? You gotta respect that
What?
I'm
shit.
Hold on. Wait a
out.
At the
minute.
end
That's
of
Wait
the
a
day,
minute.
just
I don't
respectful.
even give a fuck who it is who you
Wait a
fucking
minute.
with.
This ain't no.
Thank
Hold
you.
up. Hold up. This ain't
I'm
no
like,
goddamn
thank you,
job. This ain't no goddamn job where you can just come to work and tell
but
me
you gotta
today, hey, your
understand.
service ain't
You
no
have to
longer needed
understand.
with no motherfucking explanation. But
Wait a minute,
stop.
Oliver, and
I'd
no
rather have
severance, and no
that.
Why
severance
give up
either.
an explanation? You don't owe a motherfucking shit. If
Hold
you
on, yes,
done,
Listen,
you
you
do owe me
done.
shit. Hold on, wait a minute. You owe me goddamn $275 in gas, motherfucker. You owe me goddamn $700
See,
in
that's
food,
petty.
cause your ass like to
I'm just
motherfucking
I'm
eat,
just
bitch.
keeping it
Materialistic.
simple.
That's materialistic shit. You feel
I'm
me?
But
just
you
I'm
owe
hey
talking
yo
me.
about.
yo
You owe
yo
me money. You
yo.
can't just leave. You owe me money. Since you talking about
Listen,
what?
listen. I'm just keeping it simple. I'm just keeping it plain and simple.
I
What I'm
feel you.
trying to say is, I'd rather a motherfucker say I'm stepping out, have a nice life, than to fucking cheat on me and have
Right,
this
and you
cheat
gotta
out
find
thing.
out.
Man,
Because to me, that's very disrespectful. I'm thinking me and you cool, but then you go in and got, Jane, Mary, and Sally over here. No, no, no.
okay, so
No, no, no.
if
I
if the mo-
prefer the
if the
person just to
person if the
listen,
person don't
listen,
have a sex problem, if
listen,
they ain't no
listen. Please
nymphomaniac or no
listen.
shit like that,
Let me land. Let me land. I'm just trying to say, I prefer that look. If they don't want to answer me as to what the problem was, then that's fine. See you have a nice life, and I can move on. That's clean.
I
That's
feel
a
that.
clean
But
break.
clearly,
Yes. Now, do I wait? Do I want to know what I did? I
Yeah,
do. And if
yeah.
they choose not to tell me, you know what? This is good. I have a nice life. I prefer that to the alternative of finding out, nigga, you got three other bitches. Oh
Man,
no, I got to cut you loose. And then the nigga don't want to go. No, no, no. Go play with your other bitches. I'm
I
not
need
that one.
I need to
You got
Well,
know
to
why they gotta
go.
be? Why they gotta be? I, I'll be honest. Why they gotta be bitches? Bitches.
I'm
because it's
just
more than
saying,
one.
as far
Because
as
it's
I'm
more than one.
concerned, as far as I'm concerned, and I've been through this a couple times. And look, I'm just putting it out there.
I'm just saying
A
they ain't
girl
raping
be
this
You
nigga.
a
angry.
creature.
He
A girl
fucking.
be angry. Look, a girl be angry that this motherfucker carried on like this. Cause 9 times out of 10, these bitches be coming to my doorstep talking shit. This
That
is
Mm-hmm.
could
how I
that,
find out.
that him
Or
that
calling your
because
phone.
he
Well,
doing that.
sometimes, honestly, sometimes I think. Now, this is just my personal opinion. I think the lines haven't been clearly defined. As a single,
Mm-hmm.
when I was single, this was my motto. If a man does not tell a woman that they are in a monogamous relationship, I am
Mm-hmm.
exclusively dating you and you are dating me, then that means he is fair game. Your issue is not with me. Your issue is with that nigga. It's not with me.
Mm-hmm.
As a woman,
Okay.
it's not with
Right.
me. And that is what I mean about having being clear and having communication issue. Most of the times
I
people aren't clear of that. If you dating 3 or 4 other people, let a sister know, because at the end
thank
of the
you. Let
day,
me
at the
know.
end of the day, as women, guess what? Most of the times we accept that shit, and then guess what?
No, I
We
don't.
still most
That,
of listen, you may be one of few, but if you do a survey, most of the time
Yeah, most women they hold on
when
to that.
men cheat, guess what they do? They
Sit back
find
in the
out,
cut.
they go through the motions, and guess what? And they back with them, because we're dealing with motions, and every woman in some shape, form, or fashion has been wide open. We deal with it.
Yep. That
But
what
if you're
makeup
not
sex came
honest,
from.
Hey,
that's
but
right. If
look,
unless
soon
if
I
as
you
the
don't
don't
give
be
a
women
shit.
cheat,
honest about it, then
Yeah,
it's
I
something
deal with it
totally
all right.
different.
I deal with it all
so,
right. They gotta
look,
go or I gotta go. I don't play that.
soon as the women
the
cheat,
only way
nigga,
if I'm
nigga
gonna
ready to
deal with
cut.
that, because at this point we in an open
Exactly,
relationship.
exactly. When a
That's the
woman
only way I'm
cheats,
gonna
it's
deal
a
with it,
whole
nigga. Cause
listen.
you gonna do you, and I'm gonna do me, nigga. And
Exactly.
you can't
Soon
you
as the
can't trip
Period.
off
Point
soon as
shit
the
blank.
that I'm
soon as the
doing.
women
You
cheat,
feel me?
nigga
It's
like, ah,
over.
bitch, I'm gone.
Yep, he is
Exactly.
over.
That's
I'm
what I'm
gone too.
saying.
He can't handle it.
Exactly. The
He
nigga
can't
don't even
handle
give
it.
you an
Nigga,
option like, oh, bitch, I can't do you, bitch. I can't even trust you. You feel me?
Nah, man.
funny as
But
hell.
let a nigga do the shit. Oh, baby, just give me one more chance, baby. I'm gonna make this
No, no,
right
no. Ain't
Right,
no
for
more
you.
right,
chances.
right,
You
mama.
had the
Right.
chance when you first started. No,
That's what I'm
Right.
hell no.
saying.
Right. Hey
But
man, so
but
get
that's what
what?
I'm
Hell
saying
no.
off top, and I get what you're
Mama,
saying. What?
I
That's too
said
much
this
of a
at the
headache.
beginning of the conversation. It's on you if you choose that nigga though. If you take that nigga
You
back, he
that's
can beg and
right.
plead all day. You can leave that nigga ass out there in the rain. But if you let that nigga in, you know what the hell you just did.
You know what you dealing with. You know
But
what you dealing
sometimes
with.
you don't
But
until you get. See, sometimes here's my experience. It's some good motherfuckers out there, and I ain't talking about just sex. They talk a
Mm-hmm.
good goddamn game. But I'm the type of person like, okay, okay, I'm gonna watch you. If something don't look right and I ask you about it, you nigga wanna lie about it, I'm gonna find out. When I find out, you gone. I'm not the type of person to sit there in the misery. No, no, no. Been there, done that.
right.
Not doing that ever again. And I
See,
learned the first 2 times. No, I'm not dealing with that. You need to be 100. If you can't be 100 with your girl, then I'm not your girl.
You can't. Right. That's
I'm
see,
all it
out.
is. That's fair. That's fair.
but
I'm out.
if we're exclusively dating, or even if we get to the point to where we're in a relationship, at this point, that means neither of us have lied.
Right.
I'm just a firm believer that if, bro, you can lie to me about the smallest thing. If we are in the dating phase of dating and getting to know each other, or we just got in a relationship, I promise you, we gonna end that day. And
Yeah.
I don't even need to know
See?
why. I don't even need to know why right then, because I ain't invested that much into your ass. I already know what's up, because it's, to me, it's the reason behind the lie. What I
Yeah.
don't Why did you even have to feel like you had to lie to me about this shit? You know what? I don't even want to get
Cause
into thinking
cause you
about it.
know, cause you know I wasn't about that bull.
I ain't right, cause
Next.
Yeah,
Yes.
Next.
yeah.
Thank you.
Next.
Because
And
I
that's
already
how you
see what
gotta
I'm
be. You
getting.
gotta see people gotta be held accountable. I'm not
Right.
playing that game. You wanna play games and lie to me about how we cool? Fine. You gonna get found out. It's not that I'm looking, but shit be happening. You're like,
Right.
oh,
Because
you think I'm boo boo the motherfucker fool.
when
Okay.
it's
I ain't
like,
gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna let you know I know. I'm just gonna let you know. You gotta go. I'm gonna cut you off.
bro, I'm
What,
like
what,
a,
what, 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 what? But. No. Sing your song on out the door. Goodbye. Or
but
I may not even get to that point where you're in the door. And especially, I just will stop calling, block you, all that shit. I don't want to talk because after that, because my whole thing, you've had ample opportunity with all this, love bombing and shit that's going on. You've had ample opportunity to tell me, well, you know what, I like to date other women as well. Oh,
right,
okay, homie.
right.
Homie,
Shit, man, look,
you now
my dad,
become the homie, and
man,
we cool.
my dad said, if you tell a woman up front, like, just think about that shit, bro. Like, if up front you tell a woman, hey, man, look, I like to have two women at all time. Get what? The first woman might pass. She be like, oh, well, shit, that ain't me. All right. The next woman, you be like, shit, I like two women all the time. She might pass. She be like, nah, I ain't with that shit. But bro, you gonna come across a woman, you be like, shit, I
Yep.
like women all the time. She be like, well, shit, all
Yep.
right, I like women anyway. Shit, all right.
Well, I don't know about that.
I'm just saying, now you'll be like, okay, I was already honest up front. Because if you didn't,
Right.
like you just said, if you didn't,
Yep.
and you tell these first three women, oh
Yep.
yeah, I can be with one woman, knowing damn well you like being with two women
Yep.
all the goddamn time, it's gonna be a problem, nigga, because you fighting against yourself. You fight
Yep.
against yourself against
And
this person.
here's the caveat to that. As women, our makeup isn't even that. When I see these shows where there's this one show, I've not seen it since the first day, but there's this woman who has, I don't know if he's her husband or the guy she's dating, but she has two men. And you can tell the look on this other man's face is he ain't really with it. He ain't really with it. Now her, I don't quite know that I don't know if she's just doing it for TV or what, but our makeup isn't even that.
Mm-hmm.
Our
Yeah,
makeup
I
isn't
don't
even
play
that.
that.
Mm-mm.
I'll be honest with myself. I can't play that game, man. I'm sorry. That shit got too much headache. No, no, no. I am not gonna be stuck on whatever. I'll cook a dinner for your
Bruh,
ass and come home. Oh no.
I guarantee
Oh
you,
no.
when you
That
tell
shit.
the truth to women, you'll get more pussy
More
than any
respect for
man
that.
alive.
Yep.
And
Hmm.
then, rather than you lying, see, when you lying, you just finna get stuck with one pussy with a problem.
So is that what it's all about? Is pussy?
No, I'm just saying, just off, in the beginning,
I
yes,
don't even,
it's a
to be
sex.
honest, I
Yes,
don't even know how
yes.
men
Hold
do
up.
that shit.
I'm gonna be honest. Yes, off the muscle. Yes, sex is gonna play a issue because why? I ain't even got to learn you yet to trust you and all that shit yet. So of course, but just I'm just using just with the sex, bro. Like just with the sex alone, that just is a big major red flag. Like if you don't want to sit here and you like, okay, well it's just good for me, good for you, okay, whatever. But if I know what I like, you got to find that so you won't. That's one less problem that you're gonna have to even deal with, bro, because you fight against your nature, what you already like.
Okay, okay, bro.
So in other
Okay, we're
words,
gonna put it right
you like
there.
to be with multiple women.
Not me. Like,
Okay.
okay, why did? Why did? So okay, I put in another perspective. I always knew I wanted to get married, right?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So every woman who I came across by me telling them this, they like, oh, well, I could probably be a wife. But do you act like it? Are you gonna carry yourself like it? Do you show me that you want to be married? Have you ever seen anybody married? Your mama them married? You ever seen a marriage last for 50, 60 years? Do you know what it takes for a marriage? Or do you just you've been seeing it
Yep.
on TV? Like,
Yep.
so a
No,
lot
I
of
don't do
women,
TV
Yep.
shit.
so a lot of
Yep.
women to get with a nigga and just want to latch on to a nigga, but get what? If you don't like the word, you just want to stay in the house and smoke. You get government assistance. You just hell no. You finding a motherfucker though in the club. No. So I'm like, even if you want something good, bro, a person, will latch on to that just as if it was a lie. And they will hold on to you just because. So let me be around here, one of them square ass niggas like, yeah, I want to get married. They're gonna be my wife, but she around here fucking everybody behind me, and I don't know shit.
No, man, that ain't
You
cool.
see where that listen, you see
Okay,
where that
okay.
man beheaded that woman in Georgia because he found out that all six of his kids didn't belong to him.
Mm.
Oof.
6?
Mm-hmm.
Come
Six.
on now.
Yep.
Come
See, that's
on
too
now.
Six.
much. That's
And
abuse.
they were high school sweethearts.
Damn.
Oh my God. See what I'm saying? And yes,
Yeah.
and it's possible. It's
Man,
possible.
hey, he the dummy. You gotta think, nigga. So you mean to tell me, you know, how some kids be like, all right, might look like the daddy, some might look like the mama, some might look like a mixture, but don't none of these motherfuckers look like you,
But listen,
nigga.
the caveat to that, even though I heard that story several years ago, there was an attorney that was on like a radio talk show, and the attorney, it was a divorce attorney, and what the divorce attorney was saying was that there was a large population of people that were in divorce where the children did not belong to the fathers, and the fathers didn't know,
Mm-hmm.
because in some states, you when there's a divorce, they make you take paternity tests,
Hmm.
and it's
Mm-hmm.
been determined that, so fast forward, it's not like it's not common, I mean, or that it doesn't happen, because it does.
Right.
Mm.
Nigga, but my middle brother thought my baby brother dad with his dad was goddamn all his life. Hell yeah.
Wow.
And I tell my mom, I'm like, damn mama, you gonna take that shit to the grave, one. You
Yep.
gonna
Wow.
take that shit to the grave.
Yep.
Now this boy
Yep.
fucked up cause this nigga done
Man,
find out this ain't his daddy. Then when he realize who his dad is and meet his dad, this nigga ain't shit. He like, oh hell no. Like what the fuck, man?
I don't know this man. Fuck this nigga. My daddy over there.
So shit, it like, but when the other nigga stopped claiming him, he like, well, that ain't my son then, bitch. The blood test said it ain't my, like, that shit fuck with a child. Like, damn, you were my dad for
Yeah,
like the
you
first
do.
8 years of my life.
Yeah.
Like, god damn,
Hmm.
nigga. But
Hmm.
shit, you can't blame a motherfucker. Like you said, motherfucker lying to you and shit, doing all this shit, bro. Like, come on, man. So I get it, but damn, bro, like, hey man, that's what I'm saying. I can't be one of them square ass niggas who got there. Like, I'm just telling you, yeah, I want to marry and I was brought up to provide and do this, and she just want to take advantage of that shit. But she
Mm.
really don't want to put in the work and effort that it take to be a wife, bro. So no, no.
Well, see, here's the thing. It's supposed to be both of them, both of y'all together. You know, it's not just about sex and attraction. It's about y'all's vibe, man. Can you work the vibe? I mean, what is that person into? You know, when you have those dates, that's what them conversations is about.
see, like I
Individuals.
said, you gotta be real with self. Like we were saying,
You
you
gotta be
can't
real.
sit there
Yeah.
and want to be like, all
Portray.
right,
You that's
well, you
portrayed.
gotta be attracted to a person. Like you ain't about to
You
sit
gotta
there
you have to
because
be
you
attracted
like,
to a person, and you gotta get to know.
You
Marriage
and
gotta get
just
to
ain't
know
about
them.
it. When
sex
people
can't be
think
the
that
only thing
marriage
attractive.
thinks that's right,
No,
and
man.
people think that it means equally yoked, it's just in what you believe. No, it
Yeah.
believes
No.
it's about marriage, it's about how you raise children, it's about sex, it's about how you pay your
Mm-hmm.
bills. It
Facts.
encompasses
Facts.
a whole lot. It's just not just
Yeah.
Are
Mm-hmm.
you a
one thing.
motherfucking
Yeah.
adult? That's
And you
what it
But
gotta
comes
but
get
down
to
to.
but
listen,
but we was
you gotta
asking
get to
about,
know the
but
person.
we talking about this cheating part. That's why I go to the sex, because apparently if you done got into a relationship with a person, looks and all that other stuff, you already done went
But at the
down
end of the
that
day, it
list.
really ain't got nothing to do with the sex. The sex can be there. It's the person.
Bro, if the
The
sex
person
the
Mm.
is a
sex can't
liar.
be, bro, if the sex can't be, if you had a person that could do everything right, but the
But lie.
sex was not right, bro. You mean to tell me that everything else that you have of value, meaning the foundation, the financial support, the stability, the loving family, the bills taken care of and everything, that you gonna still stay faithful and loyal and not cheat?
I don't cheat. I'm sorry.
I mean, at the end of the day, if
If
a
if
motherfucker
if
do
it's
what they
not
supposed
working,
to
it's
do,
not
that's just
working. You just
something.
gotta move
That's
on.
something that we just gotta work on. You feel me? I ain't there. I mean, you gonna go cheat and do what? Go find a motherfucker to dog the fuck out you for what? If you got it good at home, that's why they got other things you can do. Play role, do other things for sex and shit. Make it spiteful. You can't just continue to do the same as now. Now, if you just one of the motherfuckers just want to just continue to do the same ass position and it's just boring, then yeah, then you giving them a hint to say, well, damn, I
That's
want to
what
go
I'm
Well, my
find
whole
saying.
something
thing
else.
is
I'm
let them
saying like,
know.
bro, like, do you really
Talk to
think
'em.
like the nigga who own Google and all that shit, you really think these niggas fucking the shit out they wives and shit, or they just can get them everything they need financially, goddamn reputation wise, I can put you on with different people and shit. But get what, bro? This sex ain't hitting on shit. So this shit ain't gonna last. Cause get what, bro? That's why women fuck broke niggas. That's why they would deal with a broke
Wow.
nigga that don't have
What?
nothing or don't even have
I
No,
half
I
what they
don't.
women
got.
fuck
Don't
broke
be the
niggas.
dog. Don't
Man,
be the
Women
niggas
fuck
that
broke
dog
niggas
lift his
because
out. What are you talking about,
I
they
brother?
don't
can
know what the fuck you
manipulate
talking
them.
about.
They can manipulate them. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
look, I
bro,
don't know what I don't know
you ain't
what,
worth nothing but some dick.
brother. You need to talk to more women, because that what you just said wasn't even
No,
valid.
that's true though.
And I mean, and
No.
vice versa. Like a man, bro, that's like a man with money who's not married, but will go and swing or shit. He'll go to a country where prostitution legal, nigga, and do shit like that. Like a motherfucker who got, I mean,
Okay.
it's different ways that a person is going when it comes to pleasure and all that shit, bro. Like it's just like it come part of the package, and if that shit become, why do you think if people be together for so long? I understand. Get what y'all even stop touching each other after so long because you know, like man, the sex just ain't even there no more, bro.
You ever seen that? You ever
That
seen that
depends on
Tyler
who it
Perry?
is.
You ever seen that Tyler Perry movie where she's being provided everything she needs at home, but is
Hmm.
one thing that ain't hitting
Mm-hmm.
is that bedroom. And there's small little subtle little things that start to happen and he started to notice. Just
Mm-hmm.
because somebody else has sparked her. Don't be surprised. There's women that's out there that's doing that.
That's
Well,
what
I
I'm
tell you
saying.
what,
Why
if
do
it's
that
not
when you could just
satisfying me, I cut it
figure
off.
the way out? You feel me?
I'm
Compared to
not
the
gonna
nigga,
keep.
he
But
gonna
most
sit up
people,
here
but here's the
and
thing:
build
a
like
lot
a
of
mashed
people,
potato here.
a lot of people aren't gonna figure it out because of one or two things. They're being taken care of. I I, I knew somebody one time that had been married to someone for 27 years. When I see people that
Woo.
be married for a long time and then they all of a sudden get a divorce, but they
Yeah,
was married, got a divorce, had been married for like 27 something years. They got a divorce. The son, because they shared similar names, was signed the divorce papers because the wife didn't want the mistress to get anything that she had,
Mm.
basically because he had put his 27 years in. So he was entitled to her pension. You'd be amazed
that's
at what the
sad.
people
Mm.
do.
Mm-hmm.
People stay for, and I've heard women say this, people stay for, people that have been in marriages for a long time. People stay for various reasons, whether it's financial. You know your husband ain't shit and he probably doing some stuff, but you staying because you what? You being cared for.
No, mm-mm.
You being cared
It could
for.
be status.
It could
I'm
be,
But
yeah,
sorry.
it could be
see,
I
it
can't.
cheaper to keep her.
I was taught if a man got a, if you, and it's for a woman to, you go both ways. If you gotta be with somebody that's gonna provide for you and take care of you and do all of that, then whatever that person do, you don't have no say so. You can't trip off nothing what that person do because at the end of the day,
Oh,
they
fuck that.
providing and protecting and doing whatever they need to do for you. So if they for a man,
And that
it's
makes you a
just like
Well,
slave.
if
that's
he want to
honestly,
step
I
out,
think that's a rat.
if he
It's a
want to,
pole rat that's only got but one hole because I don't believe that any woman should You as marriage is about oneness. You begin to walk in one, but you are still an individual. That day in dispensation where you sit at home and just do nothing and don't.
Well,
I've seen a lot of women that don't have any identity, self
Your
identity
phone
at
does
who they
something
are
wrong. And
because they set because they set back and they depended on whoever it was they were married to define who they were. They have
mm-mm.
no careers, they
hello.
have no savings, they have none of that.
And
And
you
But
know,
so
so
you got
basically,
niggas
she's
that think
made
they're the
herself a
breadwinner.
slave.
Niggas that think they're the breadwinner, they think like, well, shit, it's my way or the highway. You know what I'm
oh,
saying? So it'd be
and it's
like,
a
you
pole
got
Nothing
rat
some
gets
that's
you
niggas
out
that's
only
the
like,
got
bed,
but
big
yeah.
one.
girl.
So it'd be
It's a
like,
pole rat that's
I
only got but
bet
one
you,
hole.
I
That's why
look,
you
I
need to have
bet
some
you
stuff of your
a,
own.
a, a, a woman that's going 50-50 in her household
Oh,
got
ain't no
more to
fifty
say.
fifty.
So, no, listen. I mean, however it works for a person. We already know how you feel about it, but it may work different for other people. But I bet you that woman that's going 50-50 in her household got more say so than this married chick with all the money. I guarantee you, she got more say so than that lady with all the money. Even a woman that ain't paying nothing, she got more say so than the woman that got everything. That nigga feel like he the breadwinner. It's his way or the highway. Whatever she say ain't shit.
Well, I tell you
And
what,
that's terrible.
that's putting yourself as a
That's what
slave.
the hell be going
Yeah.
No,
on.
I ain't having it.
Yeah, it is.
If I okay, my view is only if again we have to have an agreement, and because I'm a man of my word, I'm gonna keep my end up as long as you keep up yours. If I'm the breadwinner and I have agreed to be the breadwinner,
Mm-hmm.
and you have agreed to be the the nurturer, the home
Slave.
bearer, the everything at home or whatever, and you can still spend the money, do whatever, because it's for us. I'm working for us, not just me.
Right.
But if you cannot hold up your end, like I'm coming home, dinner ain't made, the kids a mess, the house messed up, goddamn, you give me some every now and then type shit, then of course now it's gonna be my way or the highway because you didn't hold up your end of the bargain. We went into a contractual agreement that I would do
Yeah.
and this, and you would do this, and this. I'm not asking you to step in front of no bullet for me, no knife for me, or none of that. But guess what? If any of that shit come your way, I'm head first. I'm your
But
protector.
y'all
I'm
ain't
gonna
even let me
shield you.
finish my.
I'm gonna
Y'all
protect
ain't even
you.
let me land though. Damn. But
I'm
go
gonna
ahead.
do all that.
All right, let her land. Let her
But
land.
you got to do your
No, I'm
part
not
too.
finished.
Let her.
I land.
Well, can okay. Go ahead, Mama.
I was saying, like, if you allow that, I wasn't raised like that. I was raised to get my own shit, and don't allow nobody to take care of you. Oh, because that, like I said, that's giving them every right to fuck over you to do whatever they want to do to you. Me, I was raised to always have my own. But due to the fact, oh, most females that I have been around, all I see and hear them say, oh, I allowed this man to do this. I allowed him to pay my car note. I allowed him to do this. But now I just finding out that he ain't paid my car note in 6 months. Come
Mm,
on, if you was doing for yourself, you wouldn't be in that situation.
there you go.
I
Yeah.
mean,
I think.
But
So again, so that's what
it's
I'm
a grow
saying.
up. It's a grow
So
up thing, like
again,
you said.
Wait,
so
wait.
if
Let her
you
land.
allow somebody, so if you allow somebody to take care of you, that person gonna do whatever they want to do to you, whether you know about it or if you don't know about it.
well
Mm,
then that's
Because at
that's
the end
dumb
of the
on
day,
them. That's
that's
dumb
what
on
I'm
them
saying. It's dumb on that person. Because at the end of the day,
because
you should never want to sit on your ass to depend on nobody, no matter
no,
what.
no, I'm talking about,
Whether you
I'm talking about the person who working. It's dumb on them, not the person who's sitting down. Because when you ain't just sitting down. See, when I said the woman, if we agree that you handling the house thing, bro, it's so much shit in the house, and when it comes to nurturing and shit, had to be done. That if I fuck this up And now I got to be the one who not only work and take care of the bills and shit, but now I gotta make sure the kids get to school every day, make sure they get their appointments, make sure they
And
get their
Then what do I
practices,
need you
make
for?
sure they, bruh, I cannot allow
but you
myself.
gotta,
Hmm.
you gotta, you gotta take this into perspective, gang. Some motherfuckers don't fuck with motherfuckers because of their financial status. You see what I'm saying? So it's whatever. You see what I'm saying? Some motherfuckers might say, "Hey, well, he paying majority of his shit." You see what I'm saying? So I mean, how can I complain when a
But I
nigga paying
get I
majority of the bills?
I
But
understand what mama was saying. When you're taught that, then that's what you know. Then that's what you know.
Yes,
My father
yes,
taught us to be self-sufficient. We live middle class lives,
yes.
got a car every 3 years as the family did, went to Catholic school, know how to put up drywall, those kind of things. But he also taught us that you should have something that is your own, even in a marriage. There
Mhm.
still should
Yes.
be some things as a woman that you should have. When I dated my husband, I never asked my husband for anything. Nothing. It wasn't that he could do it because he was very well capable of it, but I was very well self-sufficient. So I always had a problem with asking a man to do anything. That means assess the need and do it. If you see it, then do it. Cause I damn sure ain't gonna ask you because guess what?
Yes,
I've worked all my
that's
I've
where I'm
worked
at.
all
Yes.
life. Not that
Mhm.
I don't need you, but I understand as a man, you were designed to be the priest, prophet, and the provider of that household. God just designed me to be the helpmeet. Okay. So that means those other little things. I build my house as a woman and the wife of my household. And you do what?
Mhm.
You go out and you hunt. You bring back and it's no 50-50 because that means if there's a season where I needed to carry the mortgage and I don't, then guess what? I'm gonna be capable of doing it. But you gotta
Exactly.
have you have to have those conversations, whether it's a man or whether it's a woman. You gotta get to know people and you gotta find out how they lived, how they grew
How they
up.
operate.
You should
Yeah.
have every woman should have a little bit of their own because you are still at the end of the day, guess what? God still made you to be an individual.
Mhm.
Marriage is about oneness. You just don't become one. You walk into
That's
oneness.
right.
What?
but
But
you
you
gotta
But
still
then
think.
you
should
go,
be able to
but
have
What
something of your own.
Look, you
but
know,
you'd be
it be
surprised though.
homeless
You'd be
couples out
surprised.
there. Look, yeah, it be homeless couples out there. Motherfuckers be out there in love and they homeless. Like you can't, you can tell when a motherfucker worth. Like a motherfucker, okay, this nigga gonna get up and get a job. He gonna do this and that. Some people might not even be at that part in their life. You see what I'm saying? To pay the mortgage and all the bills and like they probably not.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But you know what though?
That's when you do the
That's
sit
where you
down.
grow though. That's where you grow together. You share together. You ever heard people say when we was broke, there was so much love. We never argued over money because we really have money. But when you iron sharpens iron, that means as a woman, I got to be able to encourage my man to be the
Mm-hmm.
best he can be. And as a man, you're encouraging
Hey,
me as your wife and your
You know,
woman to be the best that I can be.
and you heard
And
what
if
Mike
you can't
Jones
get
said.
that,
What Mike
no.
Jones said. Back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all on me.
Hey,
yeah.
You didn't
no
want me
lie.
when I was on the
She.
when I was on the payment on my ass. But then once I got up, now you want me to pay the mortgage and do all this. You should have fucked me
No,
when I was.
man.
Hey,
It
no
should be
lie.
both people paying on shit like
Look,
that.
no lie, no lie.
You
She
gotta
she
fuck with
she
me
hit.
while I'm in the trenches.
Look, she hit it. She hit it on the nail. She hit it on the nail because I can.
She did.
I'm a living testimony. I can sit here and say that. But before I say that, I'm gonna say this. All I saw my whole life, bro, was like she said. I seen my granddaddy take care of my grandmama. Now, it was to the sense to where once he died, like now, like certain stuff she don't know how to do. You know what I'm saying? But she it's certain shit she do know how to do. She still know how to pay bills. She know how to work. She always worked or whatever. Like, but her money was always her money. But when it come to
Hmm.
shit, like we had like 3 houses. Both their names was on the houses. The cars, he had his in his name, hers in her name. It was still like you said, a piece of individuality even within the union.
Right.
Right.
Now, with me, I can say before I got married, I was at a point to where nigga, the first job I had, I went from working at the Georgia Dome on the weekends, only on the weekends, only doing games. Check was probably like $150 every week. I was able to pay maybe like one bill.
It's the idea that you got up and got out.
Right
You know what I'm
now,
saying?
like you said, my woman was like, "Baby, that ain't that, man. 2 days of work, that ain't that, man. Like, man, let me show you how much these bills is. Let me just show you everything. All right, I quit that job, go get another job. I go to Walmart. I'm making a little bit more money. Now I can pay two bills. Okay, get fired from Walmart. I go to Ted's, get into the restaurant business. I start making more money. And I keep moving up and up and up to managing two kitchens, making 50,000 a year in salary to where now guess what? Nigga can pay everything. Two car
That
notes, car insurance,
that iron sharpens iron
everything,
though.
right? To
Yep.
where even if right now, like my wife ain't worked in like 9 months since she been pregnant, since she had the baby. I say like the last 2 months of pregnancy, and then Shy just turned 7 months yesterday. So about 9 months she ain't work. Guess what? It wasn't a problem.
Right.
I was nothing got cut off. Everything still in motion. Goddamn, I was able to do everything, and it's like she built me up for this because without her, nigga, I wouldn't have had it. So now that I
That's that
got it,
help me.
so
That's
That's
now that
that
I
that's
help
how
got
it's
it,
me.
supposed to be.
I do
Th-
it.
That's right. And that's that iron sharpens iron. You got to be able to encourage your mate.
That's
You got to
right.
tell him he even if he can't sing, you got to be able to tell him, "Oh baby, you sang better than the Teddy Pendergrass or Usher." You got to be their number one cheerleader.
Yeah. And
You got to be their number one cheerleader.
I tell my wife that like I feel like, look, I know you gonna want to work and make your own money and shit, and that's fine and good and dandy. But like you said, it's instilled in me as a man to want to provide and take care of my family, my kids. I want my kids to see this shit. I want you to see this shit. I want God to see this shit. So get what? I got to do it. Now, in that process though, you can still, have what you want to have and, work and save your money, put it toward whatever you want to. But by me doing all this shit now, I'm like, it's only building me to be able to endure this shit consistently. And I'm only gonna get more and more money. The more I keep working, the more that I keep doing, I'm only gonna elevate. So at this point, it's more about, like I said, we finding that balance. We made the agreement on who would do what. You know what I'm saying? If you in the house, you got to do your part.
Right. But
Your part.
here's the caveat to that though. How did we get to this place?
We had
Communication.
to have a conversation. We had to sit
Communication.
down and have a conversation because
No, no,
in
no,
my
no.
mind,
I said how did we get to this place? Because what has happened is the roles have reversed.
hmm
The roles have reversed. Back in the day, I think what has happened, men have forgotten their sense of value of what they mean to the family, but also
To
we
themselves.
live in that dispensation where your grandparents and my parents, that's a different dispensation. It's over. We have those qualities, but I realize that people don't know. You can't walk into something that you don't know. But how do you fix it? How do you we're living in a generation and dispensation where, I hate to hear women say, I don't need a man. Yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
You need a man because God has created him to be the priest and the prophet of that household. That's what he created him to be. And he's created us to be the essence of a woman. But we have gotten so far removed from that. I ain't buying my sister no Father Days card because you ain't no damn father. You a mother.
You know what? And I don't like when women do that shit. I do. I don't care what situation the baby daddy is. At the end of the day, we made those bad decisions as to picking who our baby daddy is. Whether you know what I'm saying, we married or not, or however, what the fuck. I can't stand it. I can't stand the motherfucker be talking about a deadbeat baby daddy. You picked that deadbeat baby daddy. At
And
the
you
end of the
love them,
day,
yeah, and you love them at one point.
exactly, exactly. At the
We've
end of the
gotten
day,
so far removed from that to where we don't know. We accept the stuff. We don't like cheating. I get it. I get all of that. But how do we get back to that place?
Well,
It's
first
a
of all, you
system
gotta
and a
first and
it's
society
foremost,
that
called
is just
it's
so
called
messed up.
communication and a conversation. That's
you
it.
gotta be your person's gotta be your best friend, man. You gotta have
That's
fun
what
with them.
I'm
That should
saying.
be your
Yes,
homie.
I
That
Listen,
should
think
be
that
man,
your
you
homie as
in
well as your lover,
you
man.
in 2023, right? So you know it's like being an African American male, motherfuckers being targeted. You know what I'm saying? By the police. They trying to make us feminine than a motherfucker. They throwing gay shit at us. You see what I'm saying? They got the woman where I don't need a nigga for nothing. I
Yep.
don't need a nigga for nothing. And then you got the woman that,
Yeah.
oh, if a nigga ain't got no money, then I don't need him. So it's like y'all throwing the, if a nigga don't got no money, I don't need him. Or and then the other woman, I don't need a one nigga for nothing. I'm the baller. Nigga, I'm the house. Nigga, I take nigga, like, huh? What way? It's hella shit being thrown at the African American
That's
male these days. I would think, you know,
it's true.
it's a
that's
whole
why
lot.
we
those are
can't
women
change.
who don't
I don't think we can change
value
that now.
themselves. Look, I want me a mate, and again, I found that the best way to stay together is to be your best friend. That person got to be your best friend, man. Y'all
But
got
you
to be
gonna
able to
miss
sit down and
you.
play some, like slam some bones, talk shit to each other, and then tear each other
Yeah,
apart and have fun about it. You got to have fun in your relationship. Act a
That's
fool.
right. That's why
Y'all
I
got to
say you
act a
gotta play them
fool.
roles. You gotta have different shit. Like if you're in a relationship and the sex is the problem, try something different.
Plus,
Try doing something
spice it up.
yes. It's
But you got to
different
act a
ways to
fool.
do
You got
that
to have
shit.
fun.
but you gonna miss out on your best friend because oh he ain't got a Benz, or you gonna miss out on your best
No,
friend because he
that's some
ain't got his
girls who
own.
wa- that's somebody who wants somebody
Man,
I,
that's the
that's
thing.
superficial shit, man.
like
Yeah.
Money
That's
comes and goes.
materialistic. That's what I was just gonna say. That's the thing.
It's
You can't
superficial,
die with that shit. You can't get
right?
buried with none of that shit.
It's
And that's the
superficial,
thing
but
what
on
people gotta realize.
one end you got a man will date a woman at the bus stop quicker than a woman will date a man at the bus stop. Then you got a man, oh my God, if she got a BBL, then it's like, woo. I'm like, oh my God.
Superficial shit.
It's superficial stuff.
You got to get to know that person. That person's got to
Yeah.
be tight like a drum, like your homie. That's your
Right.
homie. That
I
should be
mean,
your best
We
friend.
have this one, there's this one significant clause in an assessment that says family history. And when you dialogue and take that assessment in a family history, it tells the linkage of a family. And it goes back to what they're saying in the chat. You gotta see how a person was raised. You have to. You gotta be able to see how they were raised and execute a plan to figure out the good, the bad, the ugly, and move forward from it.
Yeah. And
Right.
stop being so goddamn superficial. That
Right.
don't work for
And that
nobody.
you know what, Anonymous, that's I think that's the problem with these people that's hip in this generation. They look at materialistic shit. What they
Yeah.
don't look at a motherfucker heart or the genuine or the finer thing that a motherfucker is doing. All the motherfucker can ever
Right.
throw at somebody is,
Or his
oh,
potential or his potential.
You
yes.
know?
You know, oh, this money, this, and it's nothing about no fucking
You
money.
look, money comes
It's
and
about
goes,
reaching
man.
that right. It's
Yes.
about what that motherfucker was like, what a person
But
was trying to do.
you
The
know what
fuck,
though?
it's more than that.
Question though.
I'm gonna say this: the culture has added to it. I'm unfortunately, I'm gonna have to say it. The culture has added to it. The culture has added to it. It's everything is sex driven on social media. Everybody half naked. I'm tired of going on vacation and seeing everybody ass out. Put some clothes on.
Right,
Okay,
right.
you said earlier back in the day, right? And that's why I love like when you said how do we get back to something, right? So, like you said, a provider back in the day was a hunter, right? So the hunter goes out to, hunt lions, bears, mammals, whatever. I mean, shit that's dangerous, shit that's bigger than him, or whatever. Now,
Mm-hmm.
this person who could, you know, go and kill these animals and shit, eventually he'll have kids and have sons and shit. And guess what? This would be something that attracts the women to these men. Like you said, your lineage, where you come from. You come from a line of hunters that have always been able to hunt. So if I want a hunter, boom, I can go pick me a hunter. All right. You got some that was good with goddamn building shit, building the houses, building the weapons and shit. Okay, so if I want a builder, I can pick that. I know what I'm getting, right?
Yep.
So now, because the hunt is different, the hunt now would be work. So if a man won't hunt to survive for himself, more
Come
or
on.
less hunt to provide for the woman, and the woman is left to fend to provide, then this mate that you have off the muscle, like what potential can you be looking for? The potential that he probably can go kill a lion, but if this nigga go out here and get killed by that lion, you got to find
Yeah.
somebody else.
Okay.
I
It's
say that
it's
to say,
it's not it's there's nothing wrong with that. You ever heard
You
of that
both
book?
together.
There's a great book out that's
He
called
said,
by Miles Monroe that talks it's the name of the book is The Power and Purpose of a Woman. And then they have The Power and Purpose of a Man. And it
I
talks
say,
about the
oh,
creativity of what you were designed, you know, what you were designed to be, what the creation, what you were designed to be as the woman and as the man. You were
right.
created to be the helpmeet. And
like,
again, that
if we were to erase all this shit, if we were to erase everything and everybody had, it's crazy because me and my wife was just talking about this. I said everybody's focusing on trying to find an apartment, place to live, or get a house, get a car, shit like that. Nobody's striving to goddamn go build a hut in the fucking woods nowhere, learning how to hunt natural animals, grow their own food and shit. Nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to go back to that. But it's the same measure because you still, even in that scenario, you put your life in another person's hands, just like we doing right now. Whether if it's motherfucker ain't gonna pay the bills, motherfucker ain't gonna goddamn go to work, just goddamn, I ain't talking about just pay a bill because it's 20 damn bills.
Right.
hmm, that's a
I'm
lot of
talking
bills.
about we got to
You're
cover
doing too
all
much.
this shit. You can't just go hunt
Doing
and
too
you
much.
got 5 miles to feed and you go get a little goddamn porcupine. You got to come back with the meat. You got to come back with a buffalo or something.
I was just
So it
getting ready to say that.
so it's the same measure. Like you can't go out here and work for peanuts, man. You got to. I mean, and the man got to know that. Like he got to know off the muscle. Like man, I can't bring no little antelope home. That shit ain't enough. I need a goddamn. I need a water buffalo, man. That way ain't got to work so hard. I can save some of this shit. We can eat leftovers. We can skin this motherfucker and make some clothes for the winter when it get cold. Like he's preparing and thinking beyond just this one meal.
So
I'm
now,
thinking
Jay, taking that same scenario, we all like shit. Let's just keep it 100. We both have to hunt. We both have to hunt. It ain't nothing wrong with that.
no, the reason
Double the
why the
pleasure,
woman
double the
stayed
fun, man.
behind not to hunt was to protect the kids. Because why? I don't
I'm
want.
talking about like today.
Yeah, that,
Yeah,
so
that's
hunt. So
great. You
so
could still do all that. But what I'm saying is, if both of y'all is hunting, everything goes smoother.
guess what? If both of us was hunting, the meat could spoil. If we get too much meat,
Okay, never mind. Never
the
mind.
meat will spoil.
No, you're not getting it. Remember, that's okay.
I get what you're saying, but see, we're not supposed to have a surplus of everything.
That's not what I'm saying. Okay, never mind. It's okay. Go ahead, bro.
I'm only saying it because that's the purpose of every, bro. If we both went out and hunted, that leaves our kids vulnerable to attack. Now our generation, our legacy of going on is killed because why? We left them unattended, and another tiger that was hungry came and ate our babies.
No, you know that ain't gonna happen
I'm
in the
just saying.
in the real world. That's not gonna happen.
In the real
That's
world,
why
that
there's
happened plenty of times.
okay.
Even to this day,
Well,
right now.
at the end of the day, everybody's where they at, where they at.
Yeah.
And you lucky to find the woman that you have, and it's whoever else is, they found their person. But for people who still searching and still trying to get to where you at, it's a go. It's a do's and don'ts that a motherfucker ain't gonna do and ain't gonna deal with. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, with basically what you saying, I get it, because I was married, and that's something that I dealt with when I was married. You feel me? But now that I'm out of that shit, you feel me? I know my value and I know what I want. You know what I'm saying? And I'd rather be happy single. I mean, single happy than being around just being. You know what I'm saying? Just some some bitter ass or miserable ass female just unhappy because I'm single. No, you feel me? It is what it is.
And I would want
up
that
up,
for
up
for
until
every
up
woman and
until I'm
every
blessed
man.
with something. God got
Yeah,
me. You feel me? That's all I can. That's all anybody can do. Just keep hope. You feel me? And just let God know who was for you and who was not. That's why He send you signs. And if you don't catch that shit, then that's on you. That's how you keep failing and failing. But if you catch that sign, you cut the shit off, move forward.
that's
I
true.
I just like um I just like using animals as metaphors and shit because you can't change a lion's mind. We the only species on this earth that can change so much and have so much free will. Like even I mean animals got free will. They got free will to goddamn get captured or goddamn eat or not eat. Like they can choose the shit, but they program and wired and haven't changed. We have so much stuff that blocks our natural instinct of what we supposed to feel from a person, see from a person, everything. Like all these illusions and everything that we fall for, bro. Because honestly, I didn't find my wife. You know what I'm saying? I can honestly say, even if I was back in prehistoric days, my wife was just a person who seen me struggling to try to go hunt. I kept failing, but I ain't die. So guess what? She did what she could. I'm gonna go pick some little berries and I'm gonna get some fruits and vegetables. I'm gonna take care of the kids with what I can do, but I'm not finna go put myself in danger. And I mean this, and I'm speaking on her now. Like I'm watching how she moved in life. This what made me even more certain. Like, okay, this gonna be my wife. The way that you moved, even when I wasn't the warrior that I needed to be, you didn't try to go out here and goddamn go hunt and get killed by no goddamn animal or no shit and then leave our kids fucked up. You did you managed what you could salvage around. You stayed in the distance of them. And I mean, and I watched this shit with animals, bro. Like the lion will go and roam yards and yards and yards and yards and yards and yards away till he find whatever he got to hunt, and then bring that shit way back home.
The
The
lion,
lioness never leaves the cubs that far away until
but
they're
the
able to
lioness
fend for
That's
hunts as
true.
themselves.
well.
That's true.
The
Uh,
lioness hunts. A lot of times the lion is sitting on his ass.
I'm,
All he
I'm, but
does
I'm,
is protect the realm. But the
but
lioness, she's the one who brings home the food.
I'm saying,
Watch it. Watch it. If you gonna
I'm
watch it, watch it.
listen what I said. A lion is by himself, right? He has to eat. He will go and hunt for yards and yards. But
When?
when he has a pride, he lets the women do the work, yes. But while they working, he's there to watch over the kids. But when
Uh,
he's but when he's out,
no.
they watch the kids. They never leave them kids alone until they able to fend for
Right.
themselves.
That's how we're supposed to do. But
Now,
if you're using the analogy of the lion, be true to what the lion does. The kids are always with the mother. And I'm
until
not trying to mess it up. I'm just giving you facts.
I'm just
She
so
hunts,
when the
the
when the
kids
women go
follow her,
hunt, the kids
the
are
kids
not
are
there.
with her. She goes out, the kids go out, she hunts, she shows them how to hunt as well, and she brings home the food. The lion is sitting there at the bed. Go check it out.
You
For
ain't so
real.
you ain't never seen a lion attack a wildebeest, bro.
Yeah, I've seen it. But that's if he doesn't have it his if he doesn't have a pride, he has to eat.
Thank you. I
If
just
he ain't
said
got
that.
it, if he doesn't have a mate, no, you didn't.
I
I didn't
just
catch that.
said a lion is by himself unless he has a pride. When he
Okay,
has a pride, he lets the women do the work. But why are
okay.
the women doing the work? Because they know that this lion is a strong lion and he's mating with them to be a stronger cubs. They
But
not
we're
going
human.
for the
We're
weaker
human
lion.
beings, so we have to do things a little different, baby.
What you mean to tell me that people don't you mean to tell me that a person who says I'm black but I want a Asian woman and we gonna have a blazing. That's a person going outside of what they already know to say, guess what? I'm not just finna go get no black woman just because I'm black and then we have another black baby. I want to change up my baby to have something else.
That's a choice.
That's a choice the same way how a lioness chooses her mate. They don't just choose the weak lion, bro. They don't choose the nigga that done lost all the fights. They don't
Mm.
choose the nigga that don't go and can't catch that wildebeest by himself. They gonna go for the strongest alpha male that can produce that offspring for them.
Ooh wee. That's in animal kingdom. Yes, I understand that, and I understand what you're saying. But at the same time, now let's bring it back to human form.
Women
Me,
don't find that alpha man. They go for a lot of beta men. They try to fix
not all
them.
the time. What I'm trying to let me land this plane with you, okay? Um, we have to look at it from a human standpoint of today and what we have to do. We have to do it together. One doesn't just sit on. We have to do it together. That's just what it is. If we have to switch off to watch the kids or take the kids where they need to go, that's what we do. That's a true partnership, man.
Right.
We're humans. We have to think in human form. You know,
And it should be to where you gotta ask. You should already know.
that should be you sit. Well, sometimes you got to do the sit down. You got to do the sit down to be clear. You
Hmm.
know, but then once you get the plan going, then you execute. You execute. So we have
Correct.
to think in human form. I do understand and respect the analogy of animals. Animals ain't got to pay bills. All they got to do is do what they got to do. But we have to look at it from a human form. You have to work together. I don't care how you slice it. You have
Yeah, I'm
And
I'm
to
just
work
that is to me that is
together.
working together and that's working for a greater good when you have a person that can devote that time to now like I said if y'all don't have kids the world is y'all's both of y'all go make 100,000 or more a year Y'all both build this shit together. Then hell yeah. But we have kids, bro. I'm sorry. That's why I went from making 10,000 a year to 25,000 a year to 50,000 a year, and I'm not stopping there until I can make at least over 100,000 a year to provide for my family. To where if my wife wanted to work, she can to add to the savings if you want. But mainly, I just need you to make sure my son get to all his practices because I know that the work that I'm doing to make this 100,000, I'm not gonna have all the time in the world.
At the
So guess
same
what?
time, at the same time, you have to do it together. Meaning, sometimes you have to flip flop. Sometimes you got to make that time. It is what it is. So whether you have kids or not, things need to be done. And so while you're having fun and being together and everything, it's more to it than that. Again, like you said, but whether you have kids or not, you still have to work things out together on everything. And then you have your own personal goals. But other than that, we tend to make things that's supposed to be simple complicated. We tend to make things complicated,
Right.
and it's unfortunate because it's right there in black and white. It's obvious what we're supposed to do or how we're supposed to treat each other. But some people are just off their rocker. They ain't right in the head. So you can't, it's unfortunate that people are not, we I'm not blaming it on anything because some people can get help and get right. Some people know right from wrong, just don't want to do right. It's simple as that. They just want to be ratchet. They want to do what they want to do.
Hey man,
And
it's
at the end
I
of the
think it's just
day,
hard. It's hard to
yeah,
be it's hard to be the Brady Bunch when you don't have no money.
because you ain't the Brady Bunch.
Now I'm just
Uh,
saying, like, if you have a lot, like, if you have a lot of kids and y'all both work, you know what I'm saying, to take care of these goddamn kids and shit. But so much shit happens, bro, when there's
of
nobody
course,
around.
of course. That's
That's
why you
why, me personally, but I'm just, everybody's different. It's to each their own. But just in
right.
my house, how I am, what I done seen, I'm gonna take care of every goddamn thing. I
Hey, if
just
you got
need
it
you
like
to
that,
be a.
do it.
I just need you to be a. I mean, because it's not everything. Like it's not every me. Okay, let me take that back. I can't take care of everything. Me taking care of everything would be paying all the bills. Goddamn, make sure that the kids get here and there. Like that's me taking care of everything, and I have no choice to do that if my wife was to die.
Right,
Then that's when the hard part comes. But
right.
as long as we together, like I said, man, like me working to provide for this family, you making sure that the kids get to their cheerleading competition, they practices. Now I'm gonna make the competitions, but the practices, the school for their grades and all that shit, then yeah, that plays a major part because yes, I may have helped financially for them to get to college, but you helped them mentally, emotionally, academically, all that shit, athletically when I wasn't around to do. So even though the money can pay for everything, I always know that time doesn't equal the money, but the money helps. The money helps that I can
Right.
put you in these camps. The money helps that I can put you in these schools. But in order to be on school, I mean, because like you said, the way that we living now, bro, if you miss a certain amount of days in school or you late a certain amount of times, bro, they want to withdraw your child. So imagine if you paying for school and you being late and shit because both of us got to be at work at 7 o'clock. So one of us got to do this. Then one of us got, man, look, somebody gonna have to be here. We can't one work in the day, one work at night. One of us gone. The kids ain't got. Look,
No, I totally understand.
my
I
wife,
totally understand. Each household is different.
right? If
Each
y'all
household is
want,
different.
if y'all want to, it. I think it come down to what you want. And
Right.
I don't need much. I don't want much. A nice little $200,000-300,000 house is nice for me. I don't need no mansion, none of that shit there.
Right. Right.
But I can do that on my own merit. Like I can work and do that. If me and my wife was to both work the same drive and both making over 100,000, then I probably want a $500,000 house.
Depends, yeah.
But if it's just me,
The question is, do you really need all that though?
my point exactly. I don't need
Why
none of
do
that.
that when you can get something that's in your budget and still have some change left over at the end of the day
Right.
to put away for the fam. You know what I'm saying?
So that's
So
why I
whatever
said a
or
good.
whatever it is that you want.
That's why I
So
said a
I
good
mean,
two,
yeah,
$300,000 house. That's
yeah,
all right for me. I don't
yeah,
need
yeah,
net
yeah. You
a
don't need to
half a
be
million or
extravagant.
nothing. But I just know that the steps that I'm taking right now, that if my wife were to stay home and make sure the kids do what they just need to do and have that support, and they know they always got that meal at home, because why, dad always working and mama always here taking care of. It will change a dynamic in their mind of how they see life as a perception. Like
Right.
I know what the world is doing. I know what the world is saying. But in my household, this is
Doesn't
what we
matter
saw.
though. The question is, truthfully, does that matter? I
The
mean,
truth,
because you taking care of your own, y'all doing your own, you doing what works for y'all, and as should be other people, because different households have different dynamics.
right?
And hey, if you doing what you feel is good, hey, kudos to you, because there's a lot of people who won't even think about doing nothing. They think about the next scam. You know what I'm saying? Whereas you getting up, you going to get it.
Ain't got no choice, man. Don't have no choice. Like I got tired of. I was that nigga in my 20s, just sat on my ass and was just lost and didn't know what the hell I was supposed to be doing. Like just didn't know what I was supposed to be doing.
Mhm.
And now that I'm 35, 12,775 days old, I'm like, damn. Now I know what I supposed to been doing. Now that I know what I supposed to been doing, I wonder how life would be now if I do it. And if I do it, now let's see how it's gonna affect my wife, because I seen what it did. I seen what when a man don't step up and a woman has to step up. I seen what that do. I seen what that create. It
Yeah.
makes a woman not really want to trust a man to do this. It make a woman hard to stand down on doing shit. It make it
Right.
hard for because you have groomed yourself to be this way. But if I can consistently for the rest of my life show you and prove to you that I can provide for all of us, then guess what? That should be gone now. That one security that or insecurity of that I may have shown you, it should be gone now if I do this shit for the rest of my life and the rest of my days.
So
So if
now,
I can do that,
so now
all
let's
I'm
take it another step further. Say like, okay, you got somebody, however way. I mean, you both are striving.
hmm
When you both are striving, that's even stronger. That's even stronger. So that she could work from home. You see what I'm saying? Whatever it
hmm
takes to keep
hmm
everything together. Because you have kids, again, you have a different every age house has a different dynamic.
right.
But because you have children, hey, she can work from home and still watch the kids. Hey, she's striving. She's doing something to contribute. At this day and age, the way things are, it's tough out there. It's for a single person, let alone a family. So being realistic, you both are striving. That's a plus. That's a plus. And so, don't, I mean, and I'm not saying don't step up, but I'm saying, you were not in this fight alone, man.
I and
You're
I
not in
and
this fight alone.
and
And
I understand
that's how we're supposed to be.
I'm not in it alone, right?
Hmm.
But when you know what keep me what pushed me to I work from 10 to 6 at night and then go to my other job 8 in the morning to 4, right? And
Hmm.
you know what pushes me to keep going and doing this shit to make this money and shit. But then I just hop back in school to get my bachelor, so I'm gonna be able to make more money on my job where I'm at. So I'm like, you know what? When I go home, and I see my wife
Mhm.
breastfeeding my son, right? And her ass tired as a motherfucker. No, she ain't went to work today. No, she ain't went out and strive like how I did today, right?
Mhm.
But I understand what her
Yeah, she got a
purpose is.
newborn. Yeah.
I understand what bruh, she can only give something that I can't. You feel what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So in that sense, in that small sense, if I can't even give my son life like she can, I can't even give him nutrition like she can from her breast. But
But
this
you
shit
give
is
him
draining
love.
her and got her so tired as if she just worked 16 hours like me.
Yeah, that's the way it is. But you give the child love. You give them that nurturing that she can give them.
And that's what
That's what's important.
and that's why I say I didn't get that a lot because my mama had to work. My
Right.
dad out there hustling and doing whatever. So you didn't get that much love. So I just put it in my mind to if I had a chance and I can, cause it ain't shit, bro. Once you put in your mind, you got to pay bills. This shit ain't that.
Right.
It's all about now the
When you
rest
get
of it. Like
home. When
you
you get
gon'
home.
she gonna raise my kids up. My son gonna make it to the goddamn National Baseball League. All
Yeah.
that shit. All
But you
because
guys are
mama.
raising those kids up together. This is the part you missing, brother.
I
You
feel
raise them
and
together.
I know we are, but I'm just saying the way that we raise them together because we could easily both will go out here and go to work, both get back in school, both get bachelors, both be making over 100,000 a year, and we just pay a nanny to do every goddamn thing, and we just pay to put them in the best private schools, and I always have somebody attending them. But guess what? Shit happens. Motherfuckers get touched on. Motherfuckers get molested. Motherfuckers
I
goddamn get
understand.
abused.
I
Motherfuckers get
understand.
neglected. A lot of shit happens once you start putting people, when you start putting your kids in other people's hands.
Right.
So
I understand that.
in doing that, just to eliminate, I can't eliminate everything in the world, but to minimize as much as I can, I'm gonna try to maximize on the shit that we do. So that means I got to work hard and you nurture, then we gonna do that. Because in my mind, when I couldn't hunt the way that I'm hunting now, and you were still providing for them, you already put your time in.
Okay.
You retired now.
It's quite noble.
That's very noble.
You done did it already. I mean, it would be dumb of me to say, okay, I know you fight like this, baby. Come on, I want you to go hunt with me, and we gonna go hunt this buffalo.
Right.
No, you did this shit by yourself when I wasn't able. Now that I'm able, oh, it's on. You just worry about raising my son up so he can be strong just like me. Now, when it come to hunting and shit, oh, I'm gonna teach him everything. But you raise him up and you feed him and you strengthen him up like that. I'm gonna work on his mental. I'm gonna work on his physical. I'm gonna work on his logic. You
But
just do.
also, you nurture him too. This is what I'm saying.
That's the
He loves
logic.
them everything, but you also come home, you hold them, you talk to them. Yes, you're
Oh,
nurturing as well.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. You know,
Yeah,
I get
don't
my
forget.
skin to skin time in. Oh, don't get it
Yeah,
twisted.
yeah. Maybe fall asleep in your lap. Same. Just
Hey, as a
smile and
matter of
have
fact,
yeah,
y'all, his first word was "Dad," and I was
yeah.
crazy because I was
Yep.
like, "Son, I don't even be home that much. I'm always gone. You
But
here with your mama all the
that
time."
closeness that you provide with them, that the baby knows your dad.
Yeah.
You
That boy
see
said "Dad."
that little time that's spent together with them, that's important. So you're both doing your part nurturing. That's what it is at the end of the day.
Well, yeah, I can give you that on
You
that
know
one.
what I'm
I
saying?
give you that one.
The both of you do it. So yeah, I mean that's what's up.
But I ain't gonna lie though, man. I know my shit only like I only do like 10% to her 90, bro. No cap. But
But the 10% that you provide is important.
yeah, it is, and
Look
I
at
can
it like
tell.
that. Look at it like that.
But I
That's
mean, I value now. I value now how much the woman really means. I understand it now. I didn't understand when I was younger,
That's beautiful.
and it forced her to have to go out here and do, the survivalist thing.
Mm.
But now that I know, it's over with, bro. I can't do it because I'm show my girls the same way. Like, this is what you hold a man standard to. This is what you hold his standard to. You gonna have everything. You gonna have the knowledge. You gonna have the education. I'm setting you up to be able to financially take care of yourself. So you already halfway in it. Now you just got to come across that person that matches you. They
So
match you.
basically, what you
Absolutely.
saying, gang, like as a father, you like a cheat code because you know a son, a son always needs their daddy, but I think a little girl needs their daddy even more.
Oh
So,
yeah.
That's facts
That's
because
the
you
nurturing
you you
protecting.
you put it in, you set the standard. That father sets that standard of what you
Mm-hmm.
tolerate and what you don't tolerate.
Mm-hmm.
I
Absolutely.
don't and everybody's household is different, and we respect the fact that people are raised totally different, just like mama said.
Correct.
I don't date men that don't work. Never have.
No.
Because I knew the value of work from my father and my
Mm-hmm.
uncles. And work could mean anything. You gonna do something. A man that don't work is don't eat it. I'm
That
sorry.
right. That right.
Okay. Oh, say it again.
drop it to him.
Say it
Say
Yeah.
it one
again.
more
A man
time.
that don't work it don't. And if you set that standard, they'll never depart from it. Now you get off as women. Sometimes we get off a little bit, but then sometimes you get back on when you come into the knowledge of recognizing, oh, wait a minute, hold on. That's not what I'm accustomed to. That's not what I'm
Mm-hmm.
accustomed to. But I
Right.
get it and I understand. Everybody did not have that. But the beauty in this day and dispensation, we live in a world where there's endless possibilities, where you have the ability to see it.
Mm-hmm.
You have the ability to read it. You have the ability to glean it from other people. You have the ability to want it. If you didn't have it, you have the ability to have it,
And
regardless of what
then
it
the
looks like.
ability to take action to get it. That's
Absolutely.
the most important part.
Absolutely.
That's the most important part.
I think with my girls, like having them in school, I make sure that I'm hands on with them. I work out with them, so they athletes, they student athletes. They run track. They smart. So I'm building them for college to do whatever they want to do, so they can have careers and not jobs. So I already explained to them, by falling into careers, you're gonna be in a different tax bracket. You're gonna be in a different everything, and we gonna make sure that y'all get to this point. Now, when you want to elevate and go to the next level, that's when you meet your mate. Now, what you're gonna be looking for is, when I say that match, the same thing I'm doing for my son. Like, I got to show you how to be that match for one of them. Like, the same shit I'm giving them, I got to build you up so you can have your own shit. You ain't gonna never move in with no woman and live with no woman. You gonna have your own place. To where
Right.
by the time y'all decide y'all want to elevate, get what y'all gonna do. Not renew your leases, and y'all gonna get something together.
And there's nothing, here's the caveat to that.
Facts,
There's nothing wrong with that.
facts.
Why is it that every other culture can has a standard, but we're not supposed to have one? We did at one point.
Right.
And we still do. We just have to
Yeah,
go
we
back
still
to
do,
it.
but I think yeah, we forgot the sense of value of what it is. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
So
It's
that
it's
that
it's no different. Like I tell my sons, don't bring me no emotionally impaired women because you know I can spot them from afar. Don't do it. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sorry. And I, just as well as I can hold my sons accountable, I have to be able to hold my daughters just as.
Yep.
mhm.
Yep.
Mhm. Mhm.
That's why I let them know, like, when you find that person and that person match you, mentally, physically, spiritually,
Come on.
intellectually, financially, guess
Hmm.
what? You gotta let them in.
It,
You
it, it,
can't you
it,
can't
it
be
makes
this
it makes life so much easier.
you can't be this stubborn bullhead like, oh now I got my own shit. No. See, you can't do that. You can't in order to elevate the right way, the righteous way, then you got to accept when you find that person that is your meat. They are going they going you got to have your standards and have it set to where this is what I'm accepting. And from this point on, it's only going you ain't gonna have to deal with none of these low bottom feeders because I ain't even in that pond.
Hmm.
I'm in a whole nother goddamn lake. So even if I miss this big fish, get where it's another one out here. I ain't got to
Right,
worry about no little croaker.
right.
So it's just to better your chances. And by me showing y'all that way, I'm gonna be even the same way on y'all brother. Like, look, but you gonna have to be a full man for any real woman. So when you come across them, now you can't. If when you gonna have weaknesses, but if you have all your strengths in order, bro, it's gonna be hard to even find your weaknesses. To where a woman gonna be able to see it and be like, you know what? Okay, he the real deal. Cause you ain't faking nothing. Everything gonna be legitimate. Everything's gonna be real. It ain't no fairy tale, nothing. I done been that nigga, so my whole job now is to prevent you from being that nigga, and I'm gonna continue to just elevate you. I'm gonna be here, nigga. Like I'm just gonna be here,
That's right, because I don't want to no young woman have to deal with no knucklehead.
No
right?
more scrubs. No more scrubs.
But they gonna be like, Mr. Matthew, but you raised your son. Well, I'm glad you, but he got down. But he ain't no hot pocket. He ain't no thought. This nigga saved himself. He got down, got a little money. He got his head on right. He faithful. He committed. The boy loyal. Oh my God, where I find this nigga at?
I created him. No.
I created him, boy. That's what I make. But I'm telling you, I only got one. I ain't got no more in me.
Mm-mm-mm. But that's beautiful, that because there's very few brothers that are willing to speak on that like that. Because a lot of them continue to be what they like. They like the multiple life and not realizing that's what's the stress that's bringing them down. Is like because that life is stressful because you got to lie here, lie there. You got to come up with some bullshit to cover up what you did. Man, I sat and watched my ex try to pull that shit, and I was like, man, I gotta go. I gotta go. I can't.
That's a headache.
It's
Cause
a
it's like
headache, but
one lie,
man,
you gotta cover up that lie, then you gotta come up now,
oh my
now they still
goodness.
calling you, talking about you done lied about that and why you didn't. It's like, come on, man, like,
As
get a
simple as the
life.
lies be,
Just it's
it,
just best to let go, do you, and when you're ready, to get real with it, and you've done playing, start your life. But I know the people who
Exactly.
live like that. Oh man, they get the empty bottom of the barrel. Okay, they
Cause
get the empties, and then
cause
they
you
get
can't,
their life get fucked up because they done did fucked up. See,
cause
that's
you
the karma that people keep forgetting. It's like when you move right, things come to you right. When you move left and wrong, things get fucked up and shoddy for you. And I'm telling you, it
now I ain't
compounds.
now some of it we had no control over. Like it, it's almost like a mating call or a mating sense or a pheromone or some shit, right? Like we can't control the that part of our brain that makes us attracted to the opposite sex or whatever, right?
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that. But
Now,
have
but
some self control and self discipline. That's what
right
needs to be taught as well. You can
because
see all you want, but be discerning in how you move.
right because
Because the more mess you create for yourself, the messier. Oof,
I
I
mean, it's
can't
like
say it
I
enough.
think the more a person lies to a person, especially when you lie to a good person, you damaging the person. And when you damaging the person, it's like
You
It may
damage
not hurt
yourself.
you because the motherfucker who be lying, they don't be hurt.
Show the
It's just the
fuck
person who they were lying to. So you damaging a person, and you not only wasting their time, but you draining them of their energy of life just with
Uh-huh.
these little lies and shit. Cause like you said, all this I got to call and check up on you and all this shit. And not man, all that shit is just a waste of time. I shouldn't have to do none of that shit. But if you doing all that shit to a person, you damaging them, you damaging their trust, you damaging they belief in how niggas is, and that's why people be like, oh well, all niggas the same, cause you fucking up their trust and shit. But if you
But you
know,
also messing yourself up.
I ain't gonna lie, man, some niggas just that's just who they are, and they
Hmm.
not gonna change. Like Satan is still Satan, he ain't gonna change. It's some niggas that just liars. They lie, they'll lie the draws off your ass, boy, so fast. But that's all they want. They just impulsive lie. They cannot tell the truth.
They don't have
But
self.
but
They don't
but
have
the
self
thing
control
about
and
that
self
is
discipline.
too, sometimes when a person, this what I tend to notice with some people, you know, 'cause, I know a lot of liars, and when I tend to realize is that they believe in their own motherfucking lies. So no matter what they say, they even if they know it's a lie, but it's like to them, it's not. They not aware that it was a lie until you called it out or something. But some people they just live because they believe in their own lives. So when they believe in that shit, that in whatever they say in their mind is the truth, and they gonna stick with it, even though they know it's a lie, but and they know it's wrong, but they gonna stick with that shit because that's
And
it's.
them is the ones we move to the left. You move to the left. Everything in the bag is yours to the left. Okay,
Right,
that's where we have to hold them accountable for that bullshit. That's the only way that they'll get it, if they get it.
right.
And I can't be bothered personally. I no to the left. You know, I can't be bothered. And when you sit down and talk to somebody, if you have the proper discernment or you create, learned it, you could, man. When you start like catching the bullshit, you're like, oh man, not another one.
Right. You be
And you
like,
can sit there and let them
really?
talk. You ain't gotta let them know. Next thing you know, blocked, can't come see you no more. Like,
Yeah.
because I'm the type of person, I like to meet people outside the home. That way there's no like temptation to upon myself. 'Cause I'm a hot number my day self. But I have self control. I just don't jump in the sack with nobody, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to know what you're dealing with. I'm sorry. You know,
Yeah,
Right. Right.
people start catching feelings, and then you dealing with an asshole. Now you're stuck with them. I don't believe in
man.
being stuck.
But
Uh,
now you got a leech on your ass, and you can't get
yeah,
him
you
off.
got somebody that you can't. Hey, I'm like, no, 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 no.
Oh, shit,
I can't do it.
man. Bro, I ain't even gonna care. You know what? I could be, bro. It'd be funny now because time done went past. But I remember when I was a leech. I remember when I was a leech, bro. I done been like before I got married, before I look,
I
This
was
before,
a lead.
nigga around me coming out the blue, you was swept down, run, sleep, or doing something. Till somebody say
I
something,
was
you
a
No,
just
he's
come.
lead.
been here the whole time.
I can't with you.
cause
He
I,
was a leech, man. Come on.
cause I could be honest, bro. Cause I wasn't
I
working.
mean, you feel, and I respect that. 'Cause, every once upon a time, somebody was a leech.
That nigga said
Look,
I
that shit ain't funny.
You feel me?
He just casually says, I was a leech.
I mean,
I mean,
cause
but he's being real though, and I
Yeah.
respect that.
Well, you gotta
shit.
respect it, man.
I mean,
You
but I
feel
done
me?
been with, but I have been with women that done took care of me. I ain't had to work. I wasn't doing nothing but just slanging meat. But nigga, I'm like, I feel like a leech, bro. Like I ain't got shit. Like no, bro. Like nigga, if it was a word for this shit, I'm a leech right now because I'm hanging on to this female by her every word, by her every dollar, everything. So I'm like, man, this shit don't feel right. This shit ain't me. I can't do
You
this
gotta
shit.
think, Pastor. I always was hustling and shit. So it was like I didn't have to deal with no girl. You see what I'm saying? Like I didn't have to leech off of her. I'm just sitting there like, hey, look, if she gonna give me something, that's because she gave it to me. I ain't put a gun to her head and told her to give it to me. But at the same time, it's like I get irritated hella fast. So if I constantly like if I'm on the phone, I'm constantly on the phone, I'm constantly talking to you, I'm in your face with it, I'm in your business. I like you. You know what I'm saying? But I get bored so quick. It's like if I'm not doing all that, if I'm not constantly on you, talking to you, I don't like you. I don't like you. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit was just like I don't know, gang. Like I couldn't. It. I get irritated. Like a motherfucker be like, "Oh, you didn't answer my phone call," or you didn't answer on the first ring. Oh yeah, I'm out of here. Uh,
Right.
Dang.
you didn't you took too long to come. You said you was coming earlier. I still came. Bye, out of here. Like
Wow.
the littlest things. Oh, she's smacking and doing all that weird shit. Bye, I'm out of here, man. What the fuck? She don't even know how. She don't got good table manners. I'm out of here. Like it be the littlest thing. Like yeah, I'm out of here, bro. Like so. It's like I didn't have my lead
You
stat.
said good table matters.
Yeah,
Right.
So you was a mean little cut too, huh?
like
Right.
so
That's including using the right fork too.
I was
Damn.
on the table
You's a mean
smacking and
little
shit.
cut.
Like damn, bitch, what's going on? Like I'm confused. Like this is yeah. I won't be over here too many times. Yeah, like
Oh
Oh, you were
shit.
like one of them mean old finicky motherfuckers.
for
You was
real.
a finicky motherfucker.
It's time to go. Yeah, it's time to get the
Right.
fuck out because I was
Man.
I couldn't really get no lead stage because the motherfucker irritated me like a motherfucker. I'm out of here, man. Like it is out. Hey, man, kids throwing shit at a nigga, all type of weird. I'm out of here. I ain't coming back to this motherfucker on everything. Like they be hella little shit. Like
Oh
motherfucker go
shit.
over there, house smell funny as hell. It's fucking go. Won't be over here again. Shit. It be the little shit. Like oh yeah, I'm out of here. Like it,
Oh shit. Yeah.
Damn.
You
I
ain't no
mean, he
leech.
ain't lying though. He
You ain't
be
no
like
leech,
that.
bro. You ain't no leech cause a leech don't give a damn about none of that. Like it
he,
is the
at
house
least
Right.
care
stank.
about
The
none of
kids
that.
can be throwing shit. They
He's
don't give a
still
fuck
there.
about none of that.
He's still there.
He's still there. And
At
when
least
when her ass
yeah.
get out of work, he like, did you bring me some Bud Ice? Did you bring me some cigarettes? Did you bring me my weed?
Time to go.
Right. Right. Right.
Oh.
He ain't going nowhere.
Nigga
Hey
ain't even wash a dish or nothing. All
man,
you
Nope.
take all motherfucker call you to my hey, can you bring me soda back when you come
got the
home?
house funky, smelling like feet and doobies.
Ew.
Man, I had an ex like that. Oh my god.
That's my
Oh
partner.
shit.
That's my partner. I know because I'm like, man, I walk in this nigga house like feet and doobies.
Damn.
Man, I walked in somebody's house. This is no lie.
Oh shit.
I went to go visit this nigga one time. This is no lie. This nigga had me in the house with a bunch of fat niggas, right? I
Wait,
swear,
what?
it smelled like with a bunch of fat niggas. He had me in the house. He had me to come.
God,
He had me to come meet him at
Oh,
I don't know who house it was in the east, but I don't know it was a bunch of fat niggas up in that motherfucker. And when I got there, I swear the whole house was smelling like it had all kind of odors mixed together. I said, "Oh hell!" Then it was like,
Damn.
it was kind of weird because I didn't even know the upstairs was like the fucking like the upstairs was the fucking um was the fucking the upstairs was the kitchen and the living room, right? And the
Mm-hmm.
downstairs is where the room and the fucking bathroom and shit was at. So all I know, like I said, I walk in the house, go in there, I'm like, yeah. The first thing I said, what is that smell? He talking about, my did he say my cousin or my father? I can't even remember who the fuck the nigga was. He was like, oh, they just fit a cooking. I said, if they cook something, that shit spoil you. The fuck?
But that shit
Like,
sound like
you
a
better not eat that shit. That
Oh,
that
shit
shit.
would
definitely.
smell like corn chip feet,
Yeah,
chips, all
oh,
sour, something else, and all you heard was a fat nigga over there. Every time he talked, he was breathing hella hard and shit. Like you couldn't even. Then he had the big ankles or something with the crust. I was like, give me. I
ew,
said, oh
Oh
hell.
what?
my god, that what
And
you was
this nigga
smelling? Them
talking
three
about.
fat
Ew.
niggas.
I don't know what, but all I know, one of them ankles was. It looked like it was the crust on the bottom of somebody's feet. It was all on his
Uh,
ankles, and I don't know. I'm just,
Oh
and then
my
he talking about coming here. So I said, look, I'm about to go
Hold
smoke in
on,
my car. I said,
mama.
I can't do this.
What
I don't
you
even want it. I don't
what
even
you
want it.
what you going over here Howard to do? What you going over here
I
Howard
didn't
for?
even, the nigga, I was going to go meet the motherfucker. I mean, I ain't gonna say me because that was my partner. He said, cause we was coming to kick it. You feel me? Like, got a bottle. We was smoke. We was supposed to smoke and chill. I didn't know this nigga. I didn't. That's the thing. That's why I left because I was thinking motherfuckers was going. You know what I'm saying? Was going to just chill and just stay. And it was like my cousin. She like, well, I'm like, I'm not staying here. You can stay. I'm not. I'm leaving. Like,
God.
I'm not about to sit in no house with a bunch of fat niggas just snoring as they talking. The fuck?
But that shit sound like a rooming house or something.
Yeah. Yeah, that shit ain't cool, gang. GOD, oh God in heaven. That ain't the business. But that shit remind me of my partner house though, man. That nigga shit smell like cottage cheese, old
just
ass
come on, come
cottage
on. Ew,
cheese.
God
ew,
damn.
Nigga,
ew.
I'm like, nigga, your wife gonna beat your ass, nigga. You ain't cleaned up shit in this motherfucker. He like, I know.
Ew.
Nigga, I'm like, boy, this nigga, boy, I'm
Jeez,
scared to
bro.
sit on the couch. Nigga, your couch, nigga, like tart right here. Like when I sit on this part of your couch, that motherfucker tart. Like nigga, you don't clean up
Oh,
shit, this motherfucker. And she treat that nigga like a god, oh dirty motherfucker,
oh
leech.
my
You
god,
don't do
that
nothing.
nigga. Oh,
I'm
but
talking about
that nigga
nigga.
Wait a
take
minute,
the
you said
clothes,
she treating
everything.
him. That
Bruh,
means is
she
she
bought that
nasty
nigga a
too?
rollie. She bought him a rollie.
Oh, Rolly.
She bought him a rollie. He don't do nothing.
That nigga eating a lot of ass.
He don't do nothing.
He eating
Mm.
some ass.
I'm talking about coming to the house, nigga. It smell like Cheetos, nigga. Like nigga, corn
Ew.
Oh
chips,
my
Cheetos,
god.
and boobies
Man, get the
and
gun.
bone water. Like nigga,
But I don't even want that nigga
Ew.
to don't even dap me up, boy. God
my
damn.
mama is nigga. Like nigga, one of them niggas like, bro, you ain't brush your teeth before you got on this game. He a grown ass man like that.
Mm-mm.
Damn.
And
Let me just
I bet you the type of nigga go smoke a cigarette before you brushing his teeth.
That nigga, I'm talking about nigga. Wife done bought him hella shit. He got he on her bank account,
What?
everything.
Wait. You said
That's
wife,
sad.
and this nigga
What?
That's
don't do
sad.
nothing. What the fuck wrong
That's
with her?
sad.
He don't do nothing.
That's the shit I'm
He don't
talking
do
about.
nothing.
See,
He
Mm.
abusive.
that's what women's got us fucked up at. You know
He
what I'm
abusive.
saying? That's why these niggas think they can pull that type of shit because the females like that. See, she
Peep this. Peep this, gang. So we in the studio, right? We in the studio in this house, right? So we in there rapping, whatever. Nigga, all you hear is just the music and what we doing in the room. I kid you not, nigga. That nigga stopped the music, went in there and was like, "Bitch, you in here talking about me?
What?
Bitch, what y'all in here talking about?"
let me both talking about what?
Oh, and
I'm
he
like,
disrespectful too. And he
I'm like,
disrespectful.
I'm about to get the fuck up out of here, bro. Like, women ain't saying nothing in there, bro. We ain't here rapping, bro. What is you on, my nigga? Like, I'm gone, bro. This is
No, that's an
And that
abusive
nigga probably
motherfucker.
was on drugs too. See,
nigga.
See?
No, just drunk.
Oh,
Nigga,
Mm-mm.
see,
Good enough.
that
That's
that's
enough.
even worse. That's even worse.
nigga
Mm-hmm.
be
That's the
drinking. So
worst.
nigga, you over here, bro. I'm talking about, man, don't do nothing. Nigga, I'm talking about neck. Nigga hitting harder than mine. Rolly, big boy. Nigga, don't do nothing. Cheese and sour cream, nigga. Extra chives, nigga, with some Funyuns.
Mm-mm.
And the doobies.
Mm-mm.
Motherfucker running around here, nigga, with a whole rollie on. Nigga, 20,000, 30,000 on his goddamn wrist. Nigga smelling like Funyuns. Nigga, ain't that a bitch?
Oh,
Damn.
Ew.
I'm confused.
Shit.
oh.
Don't say funny. I just got finished eating some of them.
Yeah, I
Mm-mm.
like
Or,
I'm
Funyuns.
fucking.
or with a hot
Oh
Funyuns.
yeah, don't yeah. There you go. The hot Cheetos.
Not the
Cause that's
original.
what they smell like. That's what the fat niggas smell like. Niggas
Mm-mm.
smell like a bunch of diabetes and all.
I
Nah,
said,
man.
God damn, good brother. What's going on with you? Like, he good. Like, I fuck with bruh. But at the same time, it be like, I be like, he one of them niggas you really can't tell him nothing. Like, if you get this nigga constructive criticism, he bound to say some weird ass shit like, hey, bro, my mama kids, bro, like, you gotta watch your approach, bro, when you approaching your wife, but just watch your approach. And that's how things get better. This he say. This what he is saying.
That's a dirty hoodie nigga, blood.
This what he say. So what, nigga? You want my wife or something, nigga?
I figured that. Oh my goodness.
What?
Yeah,
What you
that's
mean,
how they are.
What?
sir? Is that how you would approach her, nigga? I
Oh
swear to
man.
God, that's how
That
bro.
nigga
You got
stash
me,
say
Look,
man.
his nose don't work, but but
don't
he can
nobody
hear
want
everything.
your wife, bro. Like, nigga, what the fuck, bro? Like, big fat mooly. Don't nobody want her,
Mm-mm-mm.
nigga. Don't nobody
That
want
nigga
her.
insecure. That nigga insecure. You
Don't
know
nobody.
why he feel like
And
somebody
he
want
got
him, want
everything
her?
he got.
That's because he know he fucking over her. That's why he feel like that. Only
Mm.
niggas that feel shit like that if they know they fucking over that female. If he know at the end of the day that he got a real one and a good one, that shit that wouldn't even matter. That nigga ain't gonna even worry about if it's if what the fuck. Cause he gonna know his woman is for him. At the end of the day, that nigga's a sucker, man. He a
I'm trying to
sucker.
tell you, that shit threw me for a loop. I'm like, bruh, I hustle, work, whatever the case may be, nigga, for my shit. And here is it that you're with someone and they doing everything for you. But yeah, I'm talking about, man, this nigga, she get this nigga so much money in allowance. This nigga went and got an apartment so he could go fuck bitches in it.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oily ass nigga,
She
just
get this nigga so much allowance.
Man.
This nigga got
But
money to
she
go get a
knows
whole
it.
other apartment to
and
go.
I bet you that bitch work at the county house at the county, cause that's not like a county bitch. It's like
That bitch
some a
got a
bitch at the county
gas
would do. With
somewhere to,
just cause it's
No,
like
I
she
ain't
gonna
that
do
serious.
whatever she gotta do just to keep that man. You feel me?
you know what I'm
But
saying?
She just
Like,
happy she got one, so she don't even give a fuck what
just,
he do.
just so she can
no,
say,
no, see that ain't no fun.
Yeah.
just so
So
she
she could just have a nigga just go to her Christmas party. So she want to go there alone and shit.
nigga.
Fuck
Bitch.
that. I walked in. Oh no. Uh-uh.
I'm like, this is beyond me. I'm talking about, nigga, this is beyond me. Like, this nigga gets so much motherfucking allowance. He got another apartment to go fuck bitches in.
Mm, mm, mm.
And
Man.
don't do a motherfucking thing.
Shit, that
Mm-mm.
bitch at this point, that bitch paying for the dick.
Nigga, I remember I went with him to the car lot.
Shit,
They
that
was
bitch
buying a
paying him to
car.
be her man at this
I remember I
point.
went with him to
Shit.
the car lot. They was buying a car. She like, man, you think we should get this? He like, hold on, bitch. Don't tell me what car to get, bitch. You my wife. You my wife.
What?
Fuck is you in here saying all this shit in front of these motherfucking white people? Bitch, you my wife. Let me pick what car to get. Because if it was up,
What?
it would have been in the foreign. I could have been in there. And every time we driving, my nigga retorted, he like, bro, nigga, I ain't even supposed to be up in this. I could have been in the foreign. I be sitting there thinking
Well,
like, bro,
nigga, your ass could have been. Well, go get it.
I be thinking like, bro, this nigga don't even be doing nothing. Bro, what the fuck he go? And the fuck he, I'm like, God, bro, some of these niggas got it made, bro. Some of these niggas got it made.
Yeah,
Like,
Then what's
saying? Like,
what's the other side of
That
that
cat,
street
like
though,
that nigga
man?
Cat Williams said, it's called self-esteem. It's esteem to do
I
what the
got my
fuck.
kid
Like,
365. Like he got twin girls. He barely see their ass.
Mm.
Yeah, like I'm saying, I ain't speaking greasy on my nigga
but he
because I
worrying about a bitch.
with his he'll tell you he a trifling ass nigga. You feel what I'm saying? It ain't nothing I ain't saying that he wouldn't say. You see what I'm saying? But yeah,
Mm.
nigga Cole. You feel I was just giving I know he's a prime example of you know what I'm saying how a woman just sit there and let a nigga do some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But
But she ain't got no self-esteem. And it's just that she'll do anything. She one of them bitches on that show for my man. That means she'll do anything for her man. A
I'll tell
broke,
you what,
dusty ass nigga. You feel me? I ain't nowhere in
man.
the hell that I'm gonna be sitting up here busting my ass at. That mean everything that man got, she done provide for him, bought for him, and all that shit. Like,
But you
come
know
on, man,
what?
that's draining as fuck. That's
Man,
draining like a motherfucker. You too grown for that.
I'm scared of the other side of her though. What? Ooh, that one day she snapped and wake the fuck up. Oh my goodness.
Shit, it's gonna be too late.
Yeah, you think
Hopefully
so?
she did another one before she.
And she probably will.
yeah, that
But
shit like I don't
that,
know. Like I say, man, should be crazy out here. Uh, I can't function with it like that. Like I say, man, to each his own. And I'll be hearing y'all motherfuckers, stupid motherfuckers say that shit to my. One motherfucker said to each his own. What do you say? To each his own. To each his own. What the fuck is to each his own? That shit sound like a pretzel. That shit sound like some kind of Italian food. Let me like man, let me get some lasagna and each his own. Let me get an each his own. With a motherfucker with some motherfucking Parmesan cheese and
yeah.
light on the mozzarella.
Mm, that's
On the real.
crazy,
I said, man, what that nigga said, man, to each his own. But
man.
shut your ass up, man. But yeah, man, to each his own. Motherfucker gonna be in the relationship they want to be in. That's why we got
Right.
cousins, brothers. You be like, man, that motherfucker still fucking with that motherfucker. Because people want to be in a relationship they want to be in. 25, 75, 50, 50, 100, 100. They're gonna be in a relationship they want to be in. You know what I'm saying? That's their prerogative. That's what they choose to do. But it's like motherfuckers not dumb. You see what I'm saying? Niggas know there's certain signs. Yeah, motherfucker can be doing a little shit, playing a role, but it's hard to keep that shit up for hella long. I don't give a fuck what it is. It's hard to keep that shit up. To keep fake ass facade that you this real ass nigga, you this down ass chick, like you this that shit gonna fold. It's gonna fold fast.
Hmm.
That shit fold fast.
And
That
what's
shit.
fucked up is when people get together just to fuck you over because because they caught you.
Hmm.
I'm telling you, I've seen some shit, and I've seen brothers get ooh
They
out of
feeling hurt.
here. Yeah, man, they end up being like at the bottom of the barrel, man. It's just crazy.
Uh,
I can't. I gotta live. I gotta be who I am. I'm sorry. I can't do that
That's
shit. And
right.
then once you cut, you cut. It's hard to trust a motherfucker. And then the motherfucker say, "Oh,
Oh,
I
I
love
got to
my
say
woman."
another one bite the dust.
Yeah, man. You gonna learn. You gonna learn the
Right.
hard way. Some
you
people
know,
gotta.
man, they said that's
They gotta learn the hard way, man.
At the end of the day.
Hmm.
come on, man. Let's get into some of this content, man. We have popping all night on your silly
Oh,
ass.
well, wait a minute. This is what I want to say, gang.
Yeah,
I put it in the Instagram thing. I was watching this video. They said that the mama put out a video. I mean, she put out a message towards what's that little nigga name?
hold on. My
What's the one that came out and tried to do his confession?
Nazir.
Yeah, she called him a murderer.
Who?
Woo! In real life?
Yes, yes. I screenshotted the message that the mama
What?
put on her page and inside the Instagram thing.
Mm,
Yeah, she called him a murderer.
damn.
Oh, this is my favorite guy right here. He be having some good ass shows.
Yes, he do.
Or the skyscrapers that light the city skyline. A place known for deep dish pizza or the Magnificent Mile. There are so many things to do, see, and experience. Like the Navy Pier, or how when the moon touches the water, it creates iridescent light, a sight that some eyes only wish to see. But behind the beautiful scenery, Chicago is no stranger to its fair share of crime, turning what was meant to be a paradise into a dark hub for those who inhabit it. And it's often the setting of sad tales of tragedy, tragedies like this next story.
AI is going to be replacing over 300 million jobs in the next few years, according to JP Morgan Chase.
June 24th, 2002. The world would make way for Sadaria Davis. The place she called home would be Chicago, Illinois. It would be here that she would begin her education and begin to learn about life. It's where her family was, her closest friends. Sadaria Davis is described as someone who was very outspoken. She was someone who spoke her mind, regardless of how you felt or anyone else. Although she was described as a person who would put you in your place, she also had a soft side. She had a side that was very loyal. She was also giving, someone who was described as a true definition of a real friend, a person who possessed the talent to place a smile on your face, even in your darkest times. By the year of 2018, Sadaria Davis would be 15 years old and years short of graduating high school. By this time, she had grown into someone with a very strong personality, but she was also just like any other girl her age. She enjoyed doing makeup, dressing up, and hanging out with friends. April 27th, 2018. It was a normal day for Sadaria. It was Friday and headed towards the weekend, so she'd attend school, leave school, and around this time she would normally go and hang out with friends, but she did have a curfew. But when the hours began to tick by and her curfew passed and she didn't make it home, her mother would begin to worry. She would begin to contact associates and friends of Sadaria. However, this doesn't turn up any clues to her whereabouts. The night of April 27th of 2018 would come and go, and the morning of April 28th would begin, but there was still no sign of her. By now, enough time had elapsed to where the family thought something was truly wrong, so the mother would immediately report her missing to the authorities. After discovering that 15-year-old Sadaria Davis was missing, the police would do the normal things. They would begin by talking to family, friends, and any known associates of Sadaria in hopes to find her whereabouts. But it doesn't turn up any clues. Days begin to pass, and then those days turn into a full week, and Sadaria Davis hasn't returned home, and no new information has been relayed to the authorities. The only sighting of Sadaria Davis would be the many missing posters of her face that could be seen posted around town and online. At this point in time, the family and friends are distraught, and they are almost certain that something sinister is lurking beneath the surface. May 11th, 2018. At approximately 11 a.m. on that morning, Police would be dispatched to 20 South Hamlin Street. This location was no stranger to the authorities. It was an abandoned location, a spot that was often used for homeless squatters or people that were doing drugs. But on this particular day, they weren't responding to a drug-related issue, but rather, someone had found a body inside of the building. Upon arriving on the scene, they would discover the body of a young female. They checked the body, but there's no identification. They would process and analyze the scene, and then transport the body to the coroner's office for further testing. This body would, in fact, be identified as 15-year-old Sadaria Davis. 15-year-old Sadaria Davis has now been discovered, and her whereabouts is no longer a mystery. However, everything hadn't been answered. There was no answers as to why she was in the building or how she ended up there. Due to the circumstances, the coroner would, in fact, rule her case as a homicide. But how she died was also a mystery. The coroner would work vigorously, but would be unable to determine the cause of death. The authorities were certain that she most likely perished the day she went missing, which means her body sat inside of that hot apartment for 2 weeks. And by the time that she was discovered, the state that she was in made it very difficult to determine exactly. But things were about to get a lot more complicated. Upon releasing the news that 15-year-old Sadaria Davis had been found, social media was about to complicate things even further. Rumors would begin to surface that when Sadaria Davis was found, she was missing limbs and also organs. On top of that, conspiracy theorists online would link her case to Kanika Jenkins, the teenager who was found frozen in a freezer at the Crown Plaza, located in Rosemont. When this information was released on social media, it would spread like a wildfire, and the precious time that was supposed to be used to investigate real tips and leads was being wasted on thousands of tips being called in that were untrue. But despite being bombarded with false information, they would continue to work this investigation, even if it meant running down false leads. Just weeks after the discovery of Sadaria Davis, the police were about to uncover another body. On June 7th of 2018, the authorities would be dispatched to an abandoned garage located in the 1800 block of South Central Park Avenue. Upon arrival, the authorities would discover the body of 26-year-old Shanquella Smith, a woman who was reported missing in Chicago on May 25th of 2018. But to complicate things even further, she would be located roughly 5 miles away from the crime scene of Sadaria Davis. And just like 15-year-old Sadaria Davis, the cause of death for 26-year-old Shanquella Smith would also be found undetermined. With the bodies of 2 young women being located roughly 5 miles apart from each other, it made the authorities question whether or not the cases were connected. And with the discovery of another body, the family of Sadaria Davis would turn to the media in hopes to generate new leads.
We now know there's a $1,000 reward for anyone with information related to her disappearance. Her body was actually found about 3 weeks after she went missing in the abandoned building right behind me. You can see right up here on the 3rd floor. That was back in May. Her mother says she was found by a man who may have been the property manager. The family says the autopsy found no drugs in her system. She was just 15 years old. The family says they just want justice. They can't eat or sleep. They are worried. They want the police to properly investigate this case. What they don't want is people playing detective on Facebook. They are leaving this to police, and they are praying someone with information comes forward.
That was my baby. She was only 15. She had her whole life ahead of her. She didn't get a chance to have kids. She didn't get a chance to get married. She didn't get a chance to live and enjoy the real luxuries of life. And for someone to do this to her is very cruel.
Around the time of the discovery of Shantia Smith, the authorities were still working the case of Sadaria, and by now they had retrieved surveillance camera footage of Sadaria walking alongside an unidentified male. This camera footage would be pulled from the area of Springfield and Madison. In this footage, Sadaria Davis can be seen walking with the male, and then shortly after, disappearing out of frame. At the time of the retrieval, the authorities didn't know who this guy was, but Shantia Smith was about to help breathe life into a cold case. Upon investigating the murder of Shantia Smith, the authorities would come to find that she was last seen in the area that she was found, walking with a guy who goes by the name of Charlie Booker. After looking this guy up, he had an uncanny resemblance to the guy walking with Sadaria inside of the surveillance footage. At this point in time, Charlie Booker has now been the last person seen with both Sadaria Davis and Shantia Smith before their untimely deaths. This would immediately make Charlie person of interest number one. After this newfound information, the police would work vigorously to find the whereabouts of 24-year-old Charlie Booker, but they were unable to locate him. But a month later in July, a state trooper would observe Charlie Booker speeding down I-57. Once the Illinois state trooper pulled him over, the trooper would discover that not only was the vehicle stolen, but he was also driving on a suspended license. Charlie Booker would be arrested and transported to the Kankakee, Illinois jail. But once booked and processed into the jail, they would discover that he was a wanted man in two other areas. He was wanted in Memphis for theft of a vehicle, but also wanted in another area of Chicago, in which he violated a woman and then shot her 3 times. Luckily, the woman would survive this tragic event. But while he's awaiting trial on those cases, the authorities plan to question him about 15-year-old Sadaria Davis and Shantia Smith. But after speaking with 24-year-old Charlie Booker, he was uncooperative and didn't offer any information to either of the cases. And with 24-year-old Charlie Booker not talking, and the only link that they have to him was being seen with the victim's last, they don't have enough to bring up charges. The only thing the authorities could do at this point was to post his picture and let people know that he's a person of interest in both of these cases. Fast forward years later to present day, 2023, and no charges have still been filed against Charlie Booker for the murder of 15-year-old Sadaria Davis and 26-year-old Shantia Smith. The authorities ask that if you have any information in regards to their case, please contact the Chicago Police Department. The years after the discovery of Shantia Smith and Sadaria Davis has brought along a few rumors. Rumors that Charlie Booker is connected to a lot more cases. However, the police say that this is false, and they have been unable to link him to any more crimes.
Frustration is growing for a Chicago mother. Her daughter's killer has never been found. Only on 2, she takes our Suzanne Lemignot to the spot where her daughter's body was discovered. Suzanne is live now at police headquarters with what she's learned about this investigation. Suzanne.
Well, Erica, in just 2 months, it's going to be 1 year since LaTanya Moore's daughter was reported missing and found dead. She says she just wants justice.
You've been searching the community, you and friends, for a long time.
Yes.
LaTanya Moore remembers looking in every abandoned building in Lawndale when her daughter, Shantia Smith, was reported missing last May.
just blocks from the place where you used to call home.
Yes.
She was found inside this garage right here.
Yes, right under a car in the garage.
So sorry. In the 10 months since her daughter was reported missing and found dead, Moore has been searching for answers and closure.
How can somebody be actually that cruel, period? Just to leave a body in the garage for 2 weeks.
Police have identified a person of interest in the case. We're not naming the man since he hasn't been charged. After Smith's death, that same man has been charged with attempted murder involving a West Side woman and for driving a stolen car belonging to an out-of-state woman. We asked police if the person of interest was ever questioned about Smith's case. Police told us after her murder and the out-of-state crime, he was questioned. Each time, he asked for a lawyer and refused to talk.
What happened to 15-year-old Sadaria Davis is truly heartbreaking, and my heart goes out to the family of Shanquella Smith. But to have their loved ones taken with no answers is even worse. I really hope that the families receive the justice that they deserve. Rest in peace, Sadaria Davis and Shanquella Smith. Thank you for being a light for others.
Recordings just got better. Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard.
That is so sad.
Wow.
And they can't even like the fuck. I mean, if the DNA, if this man DNA is on them, that means he got something to do with them. Like, what the hell? That just is so crazy.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Ooh, girl.
2 weeks, shit, I've been lost my mind. I would have lost my mind just within a day.
Right.
Shit, man, gang, we've been on here for 3 hours, man. We're gonna tap in, man. We're gonna be in that clubhouse. We're gonna tap in the AM. Man, we had Mama up here. We had Pastor up here.
Salute.
Yeah.
No weapon.
Did he go out?
Just one of them.
Mm.
Hit the key sweat.